We are officially live on YouTube. And then I'm going to turn this on and hit go live. What is this? Anime
tutorials.
Drawing tutorials live. Go live.
Ooh, we're live.
And then we got drawing.
Yippee.
Ask questions.
Yeah, ask questions.
Look at Mommy Ray.
Stuff maybe.
Hello.
Hello. I made a new artwork.
Salem.
Salem.
Stuff maybe. Hello.
Thank you,
Dahlia. OML, she kind of fine. Kind of fine.
Kind of fine.
Most
Thank you. I'm
definitely
blushing.
fine.
Thank you. I dressed her up pretty well.
Let's get this little document open and send it to the
In the meantime, I'm also
Discord.
working on Tira. Hey, Stardust. Hey, Lindsay.
There we go.
Using YT right now. Nice Saturn.
Noise. Stardust Lindsay. Riri's Corner. Hello.
Hey.
Welcome back.
So who's the one that got our anime art school actually earlier today? What was her name
That
again?
was
Whimsy?
Nope. That was Whimsy Wonder Palette.
Yeah, Whimsy. There we go.
Hello.
I did have that. Guys, look, I made a Ray watercolor.
Ooh,
finally.
yeah. So Whimsy
I did write you down on the list.
is on. That's OC drawing. Okay, there you go.
Yep. Are you gonna end up making watercolor versions of all your OCs? Probably like the girl group
Yep.
and
So
stuff.
Whimsy, I do have to tell you. You might have heard on a previous stream, but basically the promotion right now that we're running through the end of the month is, since you bought Anime Art School, you get your character drawn in watercolor and acrylic marker, just like this. And you get both of our How to Draw books signed, and we will mail it to you. Christina will be contacting you for your shipping information.
Hey, Snaz.
And, yeah.
Yippee.
And the cool thing is, you'll be looking forward to that in the next couple weeks as a bonus.
Yes. Oh, did you ping the server yet?
I sure did.
Oh,
I'm on the
nice.
ball
You
today.
sure are. Okay, this drawing's not turning
Which
out well.
character of yours should I draw next? I've done June, now Ray, and Miki, Dahlia says.
Oh,
Hey,
you could do
Snaz.
Tira. Tira would be really fun to see. Or Miko if you
Moldy
want.
Jeff!
Moldy Jeff.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long.
Tickle Monster, hello.
We missed you. I was just thinking about you last night. Let's see, who else? I got my first commission day, so happy.
Yippee,
Awesome. Congrats.
that's awesome.
Snaz, hello. We were talking about you last night. We were saying how someone needs to come and beat you up and take your lunch money. No,
Oh, no.
Kidding. Now we're saying we were saying how Snaz, you turned into a regular, and we didn't expect it, and we're really happy about it. Tickle Monster, hello. Moldy Jeff. Tori, hello. Miko,
Tori.
please, Tori says.
Miko, yes.
Master Magic asks, hey, Christina, did you see my Academy OC submission?
Yes, I did.
Drawing Duos, hello.
Did you submit a new one? Because I only saw the one that you submitted before, and I asked you about the adjustments. But if you did send me a new one, let me know.
I am not grounded anymore, Yeleni says.
Oh, yay!
Hold on, sorry. In the time that you are grounded, I forgot how to pronounce your name.
Eileeni.
Eileeni? Okay.
Yes. Because I had a classmate named Eileen, and so I was kind of using that as like a reference, so.
I'm creating
Hey,
my
Kokino.
Anime Academy OC right now. I'm so excited to submit her. Awesome!
What? I always love seeing new Anime Academy OCs.
Tickle Monster.
Even though we don't use them as much, but it's always nice to see them in the
Look.
challenges. What's up? Whoa!
Big
what the
thumbs
heck?
up.
That's a fun thumbs up.
Sharon, hello. I love Anime Academy OCs. Yes.
I'm drawing Tira today because I haven't drawn her in a while.
I can't actually read that one. Okay, it says hello. Sorry, your stuff doesn't come through so much because we're on the PC. Starting school soon. Hope I have time for art. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yep.
Homework
Sometimes
is
you
going
just
great.
gotta will it. There we go.
Good for you. I learned how to draw hands and now I forget how to do faces.
Well, maybe
use it or lose it.
Maybe we'll cover some faces today.
Pen Poppy, hello.
Pen Poppy, your work just really made me feel a lot of fuzzy feelings in my heart in that challenge.
Still need to make an Anime Academy OC. You sure do, Snaz.
Yes, I would love to see it. Faces.
So yeah, how is everybody doing?
Oh, thank you, Sharon.
What's the side view of your guys' books? I don't even know what that means.
What does the side view of our books mean?
You mean what's on the spine? Lindsay, hello.
Hey, Lindsay. Good, eating food, nice.
Pretty good, super good, feeling sick, uh-oh.
Oh, a lot of people are feeling sick nowadays.
Do you guys have any advice on line confidence?
Line confidence. We could do some line exercises for line confidence.
Yeah, line confidence really just comes from drawing a lot and forcing yourself to not do timid
lines, or spend a long time just redrawing the same line over and over.
Yeah. Hello, Jazz Laz. Doing better than last night. Dana.
Oh, that's good.
Had to go to the hospital. Uh-oh, but I'm okay. Okay.
That is good.
Lighting on faces.
Ooh, lighting on faces. That sounds fun.
Just woke up at 7 a.m. here. Wow, early morning stream.
So maybe we can do faces and lighting faces at the same time, because I'll be drawing some faces every now and then.
Limbs with basic forms.
Basic forms for limbs. Limbs. They're just cylinders, but we can cover it.
Can we do teeth?
Teeth sounds fun. Teeth.
Got my eye surgery soon. I'm so nervous. Well, good luck.
You will heal. It's temporary. If you take care of yourself, it won't get infected.
Yeah, line please. You should do Naomi watercolor, Lindsay says. Clothing shading, Stardust says.
Clothing shading sounds fun.
That's fun. We haven't done that for a while. Can we do mouths, different angles? How about hair flowing in the wind?
Hair in the wind, and then what else was it?
Mouths, different angles, clothing shadings. Maybe we'll be done with things on the list for now, because there's kind of a lot.
Okay. Alright, so let's get started with faces.
Hair and water. Hair and water would be very similar to hair in the wind.
It would just be hair in the wind, hair flow. So we'll talk about that. You know, let's say wind and water. It's all the same.
It's a force that's acting upon the hair.
Yes.
How are we coming through? Good audio, sound, everything? Hello, Beaver.
You want to draw faces? I'm really trying to find out other new things to talk about, like in terms of like how to not teach the same way all the time. But
sounds good.
I think a lot of people, when they draw faces, they don't understand proportion. So sometimes what I like to do as a shortcut is I'll draw my face just blank, and then I'll decide where I want the eyes to be and how big they should be. So for this face, I'm like, okay, you know, I want to be maybe, what if I chose smaller eyes this time? So I want to put it in the middle of the face. You cannot go wrong with having eyes around the middle of the face. If it's a little bit too high or too low, it's going to be very noticeable, but I think that here is a pretty good range. You can always make it a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, depending on your style. And then I also use this as like a guideline to where to put my ears. So towards the top part of this line is where my ears will be, and then where the nose is where the end of the ear will be. And then I can just fit my eyes in this area. And I can use any shape that I want.
Hello, Ray the Gremlin as well.
Ray the Gremlin, hello.
Dreadmaw says, I love your art, it's so cool.
Oh, thank
Making
you.
rice while watching you guys, nice.
Ooh.
Anybody drawing right now as well?
Ooh, this week is the last week for this watercolor promotion, actually.
Yup. Yeah, I did want to say that. This is going to be the final week for the watercolor promotion. I pulled the top right off these acrylic markers.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Noon. Noon? Yeah, Noon.
Yep. So, here's an example of the watercolor acrylic marker drawings. These are traditionally done live on stream.
This
Not
is
these
another
ones,
one.
but the ones that actually happen do. Mm-hmm. And if you get our Anime Art School, which is our year-long self-paced program, like, who was it did? Whimsy did. You will get your character drawn in watercolor live on stream. And you'll get both of our books, and it'll all get mailed to you. And we cover the shipping. Here's our books, How to Draw. You may have seen them before online. But that's the promotion, and it's actually ending this Friday.
Yep.
with our 12-hour stream. So we're doing a 12-hour stream this Friday, and it's going to be really fun. So, yeah, if you're interested in that, you can let me know. You can go get the information on our profile, on our school, or you can just direct message us on TikTok and ask about it, and I'll send you the link.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Christina, I gotta say, I'm with you on the Ray favoritism. Yes. Well, there's two favoritisms. There's a Miki favoritism, and then there's a Ray favoritism.
And then there's Miki and Ray favoritism.
Yes.
What time does a 12-hour stream start? I'm thinking 11, Dahlia, our time. So that would be 10 Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. 12-hour stream. Very, very fun.
All right, so there's a face. I think as long as you get the shapes right in any of the features, it'll look like a face. It just depends on like what kind of face do you want. Because I can literally just like draw a random blob.
Starting the homework, just
like
gathered
this.
on my pose ref. Nice, clear sky.
Nice. Like I can literally draw a random blob like this, put a center line on it, and decide where I want the nose and all that stuff to be. So like let's say maybe I'll have a hooked nose for this guy, but the proportions are generally still the same. The nose and eyes will kind of be around the center. Let me think.
Miki is too happy for me. I like I'm a bit depressed. Snaz, you're terrible.
Hey, everybody has their own types, right? And maybe I'll have like really interesting looking eyes. But it's all from like a really random blob. Let me think. Thick eyebrows. Let's see. Thick eyebrows. Maybe sharp.
Oh, yeah.
Sharp.
Not the eyes pointing different directions.
I know. There he goes. Now he's not pointing in different directions. Maybe add a cheekbone in here.
Alyssa Bissa. Hello. Hello Kitty as well. How do you draw necks?
Oh, necks? It's a cylinder. But if you're gonna do like a front view, generally you don't. It depends on your face type. If you make a neck like this, it doesn't look like a neck anymore. And if you make a neck too thin, it's just not gonna hold up. So I'd say it's a good range would be before the jawline. So I'd say about here. It's pretty good. Sometimes it just really depends, depending on your face shape. And then the neck form is basically like a tilted cylinder.
Mm-hmm. How do you come up with your own pose? By doing a bunch of figure drawing from references. And also know the basics of what makes a pose look good. So for example, a clear gesture, make sure the character is on balance, that they don't feel like they're falling over, unless that's the intention of the pose. But do a bunch of figure drawing. Do tons and tons of gestures and figures from reference, and you'll get pretty good at doing your own poses.
Mm-hmm. This is actually a really fun looking head. I actually really like it. Adding depth to shading in the face.
Adding depth to shading in the face.
Well, that goes into like form rendering. Like if you know like what the head planes are and stuff, you'll be able to kind of compartmentalize them into spheres and cylinders, actually spheres and boxes. Actually, we're going to be doing some lighting faces actually like right now, because we might as well do it in the same lesson. So let me take this. Actually, let me just draw like a 3/4 anime head. Whenever I do lighting on the anime head, I always think of the wireframe before I put any lighting in. So let me just make this a little bit more like longer looking rather than super chubby, so we can see more angles.
What's some good shapes for drawing a buff character's sketch base? You mean for the body or for the head? Hello, hello. How to draw male characters. Shadow Gothic.
No, okay, I'll put it on the list for now. We'll see if we get there. Male
Body.
characters and body.
Buff characters, that comes down to shape language, so square, circle, triangle. Square shapes feel like they are not going to fall over. So usually using wider, more squarish shapes for more muscular or buff characters will help a lot. They're pretty wide. Especially, I mean, if they have like really big defined deltoids on their shoulders, they'll be even wider.
Mm-hmm. So I think of this whenever I am lighting faces, because things stick out, you know, go in and out, especially faces, and when things are affected with light, they'll create different shadows. That is not a sun right there. That's just a bunch of random things. So I also think of this as, okay, this part right here, this whole section, actually I'm going to put this in red. This whole section is basically a sphere. I render it very similarly to a sphere. This part in blue, I render it like a box. Same thing here. Because these are like, you know, like a sharper planes. And then this part in red, I kind of go back into like a mix of a sphere. Because it's more of like an organic form.
What's on the list?
Faces, line exercises, lighting faces, limbs, teeth, clothes, shading, hair flow, mouths, male characters, and buff bodies is what we have so far. Does the pen use have pen pressure? Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Till. Have a good nap. Have a good sleepy time.
Bye.
Yup. Pen pressure. If you're drawing a full pose, where do you prefer to start? I can never pick between the head, torso. It depends on what the intention of the drawing is. If it's a more of a portrait, then you'd probably start with the head or upper body. If it's a character in a scene or an illustration, probably start with the whole total height of the body to make sure they feel like they're in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
But with proportion, you can really start anywhere you want, because you can just reverse engineer to get the right proportions.
I'm going to do a few lighting scenarios for heads. Something that, I feel like if you struggle with how to light the head and stuff, I think just coming up or just knowing the very common lighting scenarios for heads will really help. That helped me a lot for portrait drawing in general. So the first one, we can go with the butterfly.
Hello,
butterfly lighting.
Leopard. Welcome back. Good to see ya.
Hey.
What brush do y'all use? You can actually download it for completely free. You can get the download on our profile, or you can join the Discord server and get it on there by typing !brush in any of the Discord channels. If you want to join the Discord server, by the way, just DM us on TikTok and I will send you the invite. Super easy. Just send over a DM and say Discord or hello, I'd like the invite or whatever. Big community, really fun, lots of friendly people.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what other kind of lighting there is. We'll do these two for now because these are the most common. A lot of time when we do lighting for faces, there's things called portrait lighting. Slanted Lens is a YouTube channel that covers like portrait lighting for photography.
Yep, Slanted Lens.
The Slanted Lens. Let me just write this down here.
If you want to get better at lighting faces, yeah, I would definitely recommend studying portrait photography, because they basically, all they do is lighting faces day and night, right? They have their camera, they have their lights, and they do portraits of people. So portrait photographers have mastered the art of lighting faces. So if you want to learn more about painting and drawing and lighting faces, study the photography, because, you know, a photographer's main tool is light.
Yep.
And they use light to sculpt the face. That's what they do. And then they take pictures of it. So there's different standard lighting types that you can learn. You know, also like portrait painters, of course, they have a lot of good tips, obviously. But a lot of people are overlooking portrait photographers.
Yeah.
You got butterfly lighting, Rembrandt lighting, half lighting, bunch of different like standard types of lighting the face. And this stuff has been around for a long time. Like, you're not rediscovering anything from scratch that people haven't already spent centuries refining.
Yeah. So like with butterfly lighting, it's a very like a kind of like a frontal lighting, kind of similar to what we have on right now. Like I have a light in front of me, and there's certain areas where the shadow appears. So for instance, shadows will appear just around the brow ridge, because that area sinks into the skull. So it's a lot of it like trying to think about this, like what goes in, what goes out in the face. A lot of times you'll see a shadow underneath the nose. And it's very diffused, this type of lighting, so it highlight a lot of girls look really good with this lighting. So key areas are the underneath the nose, a little bit on the sides of the face. Keep it round and organic.
Couple questions.
Go
do you guys
ahead.
teach anatomy? Yes, we do.
Yes, we sure do.
We actually have a full 12-week anatomy and figure drawing course in our anime art school.
Yes, we do.
You can find there. Okay, these tips are great. Is there a way to download the app that can practice drawing? Yes. I would actually run a Google search and just go free drawing apps and then the device that you have. There's a lot of good stuff. But if you want something paid, if you want to use what is being used here, that's Procreate on the iPad. Mm-hmm. How can I draw lashes? Do you think studying realism will help even if I mostly do anime art? Absolutely.
Oh,
anime
yeah.
is a derivative of the real world. So studying the real world will definitely help you get better at anime.
Yep, I'm a testament to that. I did anime art for most of my life, but I never knew the fundamentals and how to draw realistically. And once I started doing that, my artwork improved like a ton. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Alyssa Bissa, thank you for the 100 heart puffs. Appreciate it.
Wow, thank you.
I started posting on TikTok and put Draw Anime Academy for art idea credits. Awesome.
Aw.
Eileenie, thank you.
Thank you. So with Rembrandt lighting usually happens around like kind of a diagonal lighting, and what happens is there's a triangle. So you'll see the reason why it's called Rembrandt lighting is because Rembrandt is a portrait artist, that like super classic portrait artist, and he has this this very iconic triangle shape on the cheek when he shades.
Rembrandt lighting is very iconic for. It's kind of a 3/4 lighting, and you get this little triangular patch of light on the cheek, on one of the cheeks. That's pretty standard for Rembrandt lighting. Mm-hmm. So it kind of looks like that. It's very effective. Mm-hmm. You can use it all day long, and nobody will think it's cheesy.
Nope.
None of these lighting setups are cheesy, by the way. Mm-hmm. What tends to happen is people will be completely unaware that something exists, and then as soon as they learn it, they think
it's too obvious.
They can't use it because it's too obvious. It's like, bro, you just learned this 2 seconds ago. But these are totally standard.
Mm-hmm. What's another one? Let me think.
Let me go.
I think another really common one is like a for anime specifically is like a top down, like a upper like light that's coming from the top like this, and what they do. For most anime artists is they'll leave this whole area in shadow. Like this is still pretty lit, but it's like in the shadow. This is like the lit spot. This is all in shadow. But then this part right here, in the bridge of the nose area, they'll leave light. Like you'll see that quite often in anime art. I don't know why they do it. Maybe it's just because I think it looks very nice. I think it's very dynamic. But I think I would prefer the Rembrandt or the butterfly, personally, for me.
Yo. Pixel Pony, hello. Alyssa, thank you for the 10 cones, 10 ice cream cones. Appreciate it.
Wow, thank you.
So glad I came across your live. I followed, love the vibes and tips. Awesome.
Oh,
hey,
thank you.
If you like the vibes and tips, join the Discord server. Lots of the same vibes, lots of weekly and monthly challenges. People do art together, people play games together. We're actually doing a 12-hour live stream this Friday.
Yes.
So don't forget, 12-hour live stream this Friday. We're going to be doing a bunch of tutorials and tips and hanging out, and people will be getting their characters drawn for free. So, yeah, we'll announce it when we go live on there, but just show up, hang out. We'll be live from 10 a.m. Pacific to 10 p.m. Pacific.
Yes. Actually, another thing that a lot of anime artists will do is they'll have this like W shape in the light, so it like really shows the top side of this cheek, and so that's how they show form.
Yep. Same Alyssa in the Discord server. Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, Dana, have a good one. So yeah, welcome. Ooh, someone named Aki.
Ooh, Aki
joined and said hi. Hello.
Hello.
One of our moderators has a character named Aki.
Yeah, so they'd be very happy to see that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's some lighting scenarios that can help you, hopefully. I think that it's just, sometimes even just memorizing these these situations will really help.
Why do you make it harsher at the edge? What do you mean exactly?
You mean like this part right here? That's a core shadow. So usually core shadows tend to be a little bit more defined, and then the rest kind of soften out. And other times it's just to show the texture.
That's all good. The reason that it's a little bit harsher right here is because of when it comes to form rendering, you have a core shadow and then you have bounced light. So you have light coming in, you have a core shadow, right? And so all this gets colored in. the bounce light is lighting this side, so you tend to get your darkest area right here in the core, and then another dark area where the ambient occlusion happens. So that's what she's doing. She's just simplifying that principle a little bit. And you actually see anime artists doing this a lot. That's also where you tend to get the most subsurface scattering. So you'll see a lot of the time anime artists will add a little boost of saturation right in the core shadow, and that's accounting for subsurface scattering.
Yep.
So whoever was asking earlier about improving anime art by studying realism, that's all based on the real world.
Like, they'll go like this, and then they'll take, like, a much cooler tone in here, and just, like, they just do that. It's just a...
Discord in your bio. Yes, but you can also just send us a direct message and ask for the invite, and I'll send it to you. So it's pretty simple. If you want the...
Oh, that looks awesome, actually.
Discord, then go ahead and send us a direct message and ask for it.
Yeah, so as what Colton said, I just added a bit of subsurface scattering in the core shadow, and then I left the rest of the shadow side in a much cooler tone. It still reads as light and shadow because this part's drastically lighter than the shadow side.
Yeah.
So if the link doesn't seem to be working for you, you can DM us.
Yep, just DM us.
Asking
DM
for
us,
the
ask for the invite.
invite, yes.
There's that. Pixel Pony.
All right,
That's
next
very
up, let's do some line exercises because we haven't done that yet. I think if you want to draw really flowy lines and make them look nice, I think just challenging yourself with these exercises will help a lot. So the first exercise is one of my favorites. It's just drawing a line. So let me just write down line exercises so we know what we're talking about. You can practice this on a sketchbook on your own, on your own time. I do this quite a lot if I want to warm up. So I will put 2 dots on the top and the bottom and a random dot, somewhere here. And then I'll just draw an S curve, trying to aim at all 3 points. One of my favorite exercises to do, because it can be, there's like a lot of variety. I can make it really wide like this. As long as I aim mostly correct and get it all in one swoop, it works.
Yup.
So that's number 1.
That's a good exercise.
It's a really good exercise. Another exercise that I love for just drawing like forms is drawing a circle.
Oh, thank you for the Rosa Aki.
Aw, thanks. Drawing 2 parallel lines on both sides, whichever side that you want, and then drawing a curved line around the circle. This is really good for just drawing spheres or drawing hair over heads, because it's really trying to help you to wrap that line around a sphere. And if you do it in one go, or like, kind of more confidently and slowly, it's good. It's a good exercise.
How do you draw the same face structure? I'm not sure what you mean.
I don't know what you mean by that. Might need to be a bit more specific. So you just
Boomy?
do that over and over. Sometimes you can use these same, different lines and just kind of cross them over on the other side. But yeah, that's really good for form lines. What's another one? Another one I really like to do is draw 2 lines on both sides, and then take 1 line here, 1 line diagonally down, and then draw an S curve around the form. So this is good for cylinders, good for ribbons, good for curls in the hair. This is what I do a lot for curls in the hair, like curly hair and stuff. Just wrapping lines around a cylinder. And then you rotate it around the best you can.
So whoever asked about like clothing drawing and stuff, this will actually really help with your clothing drawing, because if you have, say, a cylinder and you wrap this over like that, this is the way that a lot of clothing folds tend to go.
Yeah.
And as well as, they'll kind of like mushroom out like this.
Oh, I love that.
So
no,
you
I
just
like
go.
Keep that.
And these exercises can go really long, and you can just cross them over like this. Like that as well.
As long as it shows that you're wrapping around the form, you're good.
Yep. Hey, Tira.
Hey, Tira. Another thing that I would try to do, this is just as like a challenge for yourself, is try to draw what you want to draw in in about 1 line. So for instance, if I'm drawing hair, like let's say I'm just drawing this face, and this will come in time. But let's say if I want to draw like 1 strand of hair, and I want to draw like a long one, I think about my gesture first, and I try to get it all in one stroke. That just shows, it just makes you more efficient over time. And I try to get this all in one stroke. But it's okay if I make a mistake. This is just practice after all. And I just keep doing that for every single strand. Try to get in one stroke. Get what I want in one stroke. Get this one in one stroke. One stroke. One stroke. And so the more you do that, the more you'll realize how much faster you'll get at drawing in general. And the line confidence as well. And this goes into drawing hair and stuff as well. But I don't know if maybe we might do that today. We'll see. Let me make this a bit smaller. Whoops.
Yeah, don't forget, 12-hour stream coming up this Friday.
Yes.
Yippee, yippee, yippee. Don't forget. And if you are in Secret Admirer, the challenge, that's the channel for that is going to open about 24 hours before the live stream. So you'll be able to submit your challenge like 24 hours before it opens. And so you'll get all the information from Tori and Misaki, who are running the challenge. Mm-hmm. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it does not matter, because Secret Admirer was a challenge that started a while back. So it's only for the people who are in it. Yep. But and for everyone else, 12-hour stream Friday, you heard correctly. Put it on your calendar. And there's going to be a whole bunch of OC drawing as well. So you'll be able to get your characters drawn for free. And it's a really fun event.
So when I draw limbs, I first think about proportion before I go into forms. If your proportions don't look right, then your forms won't look right either. So I'd say if you have like your torso already, marked out and drawn, and you want to be like, okay, well how long should the limbs be? Arms, the elbow would generally be around the elbow, and then you can swing out from the pubic bone, swing it out, and this is generally where your wrist is going to be. It should be a little bit higher. So then you have your proportions. Looks pretty accurate. And then this is where you can add in your forms if you want.
I'm thinking, what type of drink should I get or something?
Oh. I don't know.
Yeah, I got a game on Roblox? Probably, yes. Probably some speed draw.
Oh, yeah.
12-hour lives are so fun. Yes, Dahlia. You're going to have to battle with,
Chronically.
Yeah, Aluka. Hello, 12. Hello, Barry. Chris,
hey,
thank you for the follow. Nico. Mila, thank you for the follows. Light Z, thanks for the follow as well.
So here, for arms, I mostly just simplify into cylinders. It's just one of the easiest ways to do it. The reason is because cylinders are easy to show in perspective. This is a cylinder that's facing us, and we're looking up at it. This is a cylinder that we're looking down at because we see the top side. So if you know how to show that in the limbs, you can bend and, stretch the limbs however you want. Like, for instance, if I'm having this arm away from us, stretching away, we see the top side of the cylinder, and if we have it bend towards us, we see the bottom.
Arthur Pumpkin, hello.
Hello.
That sounds like a good name.
Yeah.
Like a good OC name or something.
It does. And I like to connect the elbow, kind of like a little point.
I think chat's saying you said the elbow would be around the elbow.
Oh, I'm sorry. The elbow will be around the rib cage. I'm so sorry. I'm not thinking.
Yeah, if you swing out from your belly button in an arc, it tends to be around where the elbow ends up in the back.
Why did I even make such a brain fart like that?
Sometimes when your brain is trying to multitask, it starts talking gibberish.
I know. I do that all the time. Yeah, if I did that in class, I'd be like, no way. And same thing with the legs. They're all like cylinders as well. And I like to draw the pelvis kind of similarly to a disc or kind of like a disc or pyramid, like a mixture of the two. So kind of just think of it like underpants. It's like a triangle with a cylinder on the top and then a cylinder on the side, and they can fit your glutes and the rest of your thighs in that shape. And generally, this will get really thick around the thigh area for girls especially, and then as it gets towards the kneecap, it gets thinner. So really try to pay attention to this part. It's thick to thin motion. Transition, I should say.
Hello, Moldy Jeff. Welcome back.
Are you have a day late? Are
Nope.
you live a day late? Nope.
Monday.
It's Monday.
We are all right on time.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all drink water today? Yes.
Yeah, we sure did.
Hello.
I like to simplify the kneecap similarly to kind of like a ball jointed doll knee. I don't know really how to call this shape, but it looks like a rounded rectangle like this. I think it's pretty effective, honestly. It's it's bulged out on the side view. I like doing this for the kneecap. It's quite nice actually. And the rest are cylinders. So everything's just cylinders and boxes, right?
Yup.
So there's the limbs. You know, if you want to bend legs and stuff, you can. I like to think of it like a half cylinder for the top part of the leg.
This is so cool.
Thank you.
Heart, thank you for the follow. Penelope, thank you for the follow. Maria, thank you for the follow as well. Salem says, trying to apply this to what I'm working on right now.
Awesome.
Nice.
So I would say for the leg, the top part is generally rounder, the bottom part's a little bit flatter, and then you can just connect the bottom leg. And the bottom leg has this form to it. It's round on the back. Let me just draw the side view. It's round on the back, straight in the front, and then it curves and becomes straight again up towards the bottom.
How do you find your art style? That's a big question. Specifically on finding your art style, really ask yourself what you like. What do you like? What do you enjoy? If you like everything, that's totally fine. But your art style is going to develop naturally based on who your teachers are and what you choose to draw. So you are going to learn from somebody, and you're going to start to pick up their habits, their techniques, and also what you choose to draw is going to be the driving factor of your art style as well. So you can absolutely control your art style. People who want to work at Blizzard and Riot and these different studios do it all the time when they start learning. They learn foundation, of course, but they're going and taking note of how is it stylized, and they're doing really specific studies of the styles. So if you want to develop a 90s anime style, draw a bunch of 90s anime style. You'll learn the little tips and tricks and stuff. Of course, definitely learn foundation, right? Definitely learn foundation. Your general foundation is like anatomy and figure drawing, portraiture, lighting, color theory, rendering, composition, design, different, there's different kinds of design, shape language, form language. A lot of that stuff you'll start to pick up naturally based on just drawing a lot, but you will get a turbo boost by taking classes and learning from people who know what they're doing.
Yes.
From pros. Take a mentorship, take some high-level mentorships. It'll really boost your improvement. Discounted Coconut, hello. I'd love learning 90s anime style.
Oh, those are awesome. I love those.
Yeah. Speaking of rendering, I need help with it. Well, we do have a rendering class in our anime art school.
Yes, we do.
I teach the rendering. I've been working as a professional concept artist for a really long time, and I do a bunch of rendering, and I teach all of the rendering and painting and background classes in our anime art school. How much are the classes? They are pricey because there's a lot of stuff. So they are $497, and we're actually running a promotion right now. If you get the anime art school, you will get a watercolor of your character that looks like this.
Yippee.
Or something like this, done live on stream. And you'll also get both of our books signed and mailed to you. If you went to college, what major did you take and how did you get through it? I studied industrial design. I went to a trade school that was an industrial design school for art. Christina actually went and studied industrial design as well, but she left before she finished.
Yeah.
I went through one school, and then I was going through another school and left to work professionally instead. If you want to major in how'd you get through it? Art education is more affordable than it's ever been. More accessible and affordable than it's ever been. So if you want to learn how to draw, if you want to learn how to do art, you're in a good position, in a really, really good position.
Yes.
There's a lot of good content out there online.
So
industrial design, what's that entail? Types of classes. You generally focus a whole lot on dimensional drawing. So like industrial design, right? Like there's product design, there's transportation design, there's entertainment design. Those are like 3 different kind of branches of industrial design. And you're going to focus a lot on dimensional drawing. So like perspective, drawing the objects in proportion at different angles. You're an illustration. You want to be a concept artist for a career, and you're in illustration right now. So what kind of concept artist do you want to be? Do you want to be a character concept artist, or do you want to do like backgrounds and stuff like that? Because you'd kind of take a different set of classes. They would overlap a bit, but you'd take a pretty different set of classes depending on which one. Do you have any tips to get over demotivation when you feel like your art isn't good enough? Great. I have a great tip for that. Get a sketchbook, get a Sharpie. On the front of the sketchbook, write, these drawings are bad. Mm-hmm. And then on every single page, draw an X in the corner and write, this is a bad drawing. And then you've already ruined the paper, so you cannot mess it up anymore with a drawing. Now, your only focus should be, I'm just going to fill up these pages. And I don't care if they're good or bad drawings, I'm just going to fill them up. Draw whatever comes to your mind. Everything you thought about drawing in the past but were too afraid to, you now have complete freedom to mess up on with no consequences. Mm-hmm. I learned that from Ian McKegg.
What brush are you using? You can find this brush in our profile.
Yeah, 100%. I do it, even to this day. Right? I can show you one of my sketchbooks that I just completely let myself draw whatever in. Bunch of studies in this book.
Ooh, I love that page.
Overlapping drawings.
It's not
drawing
perfect.
In different colors. Messing up on a bunch of stuff. Proportions are weird in a bunch of ways. But I would just fill up page after page after page of this kind of stuff. Boxes, overlapping, going off the page with drawings. Doesn't matter. Just draw. Lots of stuff. Like this.
Don't worry, I will be posting this whole sheet on our Discord channel. So if you want to draw the same diagrams that I do, you can wait for that.
See, and I just fill up the whole book. Just with any random stuff. Okay, so I know we had what brush are you using? Yeah, you can download the brush for free on our Discord server as well. Mm-hmm. If I wanted to be a character concept artist, what classes would I need to focus on? So that actually brings you to another fork, which is what kind of character concept artist do you want to be? Do you want to be a character concept artist for like AAA games, like realistic, like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and sort of realistic games? Or do you want to be a character concept artist for things that are more stylized, like Blizzard, Riot, that kind of thing? You're going to need to learn figure drawing, anatomy, color theory, design, portraiture, but if you're going to work at a stylized game studio, you're going to need to be really, 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 really good at form drawing.
Yep.
Like, I have a couple friends. I have a couple friends who work at Riot and a friend who works at Blizzard, and they spend thousands and thousands of hours practicing character design and form drawing. They do tons of figure drawing, tons of character sketches, but there's a lot of good information out there on it because a lot of them teach it.
I'm going to cover a bit of mouths in different perspectives and also teeth because they're kind of in the same family. So what I do is I think it's a really fun exercise, is to draw a bunch of cylinders and then draw the mouth in the front view and then start turning it. So what you can do is just draw a cylinder or just draw multiple cylinders. And it could just be the same thing because a cylinder looks
This is a good exercise, by the way. Ooh, we should make a YT video on this.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we should. Well, I got the idea from you for the eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Eyes in different perspectives. Whoops,
Yeah.
wrong.
It's funny because a lot of the assignments and exercises that Christina and I teach on stream and in videos, we actually come up with ourselves just through experimenting with simpler ways to explain stuff. So, Chiza, yes, DM us and ask for the invite, and I'll send it to you.
So what I'm doing here is I'm marking out where my center line is, and the center line in the front view is directly in the middle. So try your best to draw directly in the middle. This is your center line. Then you're going to draw another center line on the other cylinder and maybe move it a little bit more to the right or to the left. And you'll automatically see that this is now in a different perspective. Even though all the cylinders are the same, once you change the center line, it changes the perspective.
Yup. So, a really good tip for this is put a dot in the middle, draw a line anywhere, and then connect the dot to the top of that line. And you have changed the rotation of the cylinder.
Yep.
Voila.
Voila. Voila.
Look at me learning, someone says.
I know. You guys ain't going to be brain rotten today.
What drawing app is this? This is Procreate on the iPad.
So like, let's say if I want to draw an open mouth and it's more of like a boxier shape, you know, mouths can be whatever shapes that you want. Here I just drew like a random blob and I'm going to be filling it in with teeth later, but it really doesn't matter. As long as it looks like a mouth, I guess you're good because it has, you know, teeth and a tongue and everything. So I'm going to choose this mouth shape and it will have a row of teeth on the top and the bottom, and we'll see the tongue on the inside.
What I'd want to do, character design for graphic novels.
Ooh.
Still character design. It depends on, again, what, like, genre and stuff. But, like, you're going to need to learn anatomy, figure drawing, gesture drawing, head construction, all of the above. Costume drawing, clothing drawing. There's kind of, like, a set of foundational, like, component skills that you're going to need to learn.
So now you'll notice when I'm drawing the mouth on, you know, in a different perspective, this side is much flatter than the side that's facing us, and that's because a cylinder rotates, and so you can just draw like a grid like that, and you can see that this side is much thinner because of the foreshortening. This side is much wider, so you can basically just like make this a lot shorter. So we're basically turning this mouth to the other side.
Do you guys suffer of attention deficit? If so, how do you cope with it? Yes, actually, I grew up with extreme ADHD my entire life, and I try to hyper-focus on a goal, and then I try to switch often to keep entertained. So, for example, if I'm studying a book, I take myself away from screens. I actually have, like, a specific study desk area, and I take screens and stuff away from me on the other side of the room. Too much effort to go get them, and I just sit with a sketchbook, and I study. Away from my computer monitors, all that kind of stuff. And I try to switch topics often enough that I don't get too distracted or that I don't get too bored. I'm just like,
I wish I was doing something else.
You know, do an hour of figure drawing, an hour of head drawing, an hour of color theory, an hour of, you know, whatever. Yeah, it is difficult. I would also join a community.
Yeah.
Join like a Discord call with other people who are also practicing and learning. You can banter and chat and draw together and share your screen. That can also help.
That's really motivating for some people, is to have someone that's drawing with them.
Yeah. What pencil? It's a Apple Pencil Pro.
Yes.
Do you guys recommend Michael Hampton's book to learn gesture anatomy, the design and invention one? It's good. Yeah, it's a great book. I literally have it right here next to me.
Oh, you signed up to AP art class. That's fun.
Nice.
I had AP art when I was in high school.
Blue Butterfly. This book right here, very good book. Very good book. He also has classes that he teaches online. So, yeah, it's really good.
Fingers sound fun. I'll write it down.
It's not a super in-depth anatomy book, but I think this is one of the best figure drawing books that you can get.
So one more tip about mouths in a side view is that you'll start seeing the lip pop out more, and you'll start seeing more curvature in the teeth. So notice that in the front view it's pretty flat, but as you start turning, you'll actually see more of that cylindrical form. So that's another way that you can kind of
Sarah
cheese it.
says, "Happy birthday, Colton. How did you know? How did you know it was my birthday?" So for my birthday present, it's not my birthday, by the way. For my birthday present, Sarah, I would love a Mickey art by tonight.
By tonight.
Thank you very much.
So now we're going to cover a little bit on teeth.
Child body?
Child body type?
Yeah, we also teach that in our book, by the way.
Yes, we do, actually.
Is it possible to get an artist job with no experience in an art job? Absolutely. If you have a good portfolio, you will get hired whether you have experience or not.
You just gotta be good work with people.
Yep. Like when you look at an application, they say they want someone with 2 or 3 years experience. If you have a killer portfolio, they will hire you.
If you have a killer portfolio and, well, I would say a bonus is if you know someone that can vouch for you.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, killer portfolios always trump anything else in the design industry. And if you have a killer portfolio and you're good with people, you're
Consider
at a major
yourself
advantage.
hired. Yeah.
I gave you a gift for your birthday yesterday. Yes, Dahlia, thank you for the Mickey art. Do you have advice on for what I should put in my portfolio? That's entirely dependent on what industry you're going into. Portfolios look wildly different based on, like, if you're going into animation, totally different. If you're going into storyboarding, totally different. Can I ask something? Yes, you can.
Yes.
What would count towards a killer portfolio? I know this depends, but any examples? I mean, if you want to be a concept artist, showing that you can solve problems within a specific spec is the most important. Are you a problem solver? Can you come up with solutions to problems?
Are you very clear in your designs?
Yeah, that's the job of a concept artist. Can you clearly communicate ideas, and can you solve problems visually?
You can look at a lot of industrial design artists, though those are like pretty, I'd say, standard.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What would, do you advise, do I have to learn shapes and lines first before I start drawing? No.
No.
Just start drawing.
Start drawing and figure things out on your own. Sometimes that's one of the most beneficial ways to think about it, or to figure things out.
What's the brush? You can actually download it for free on our profile, or you can DM us and ask for the Discord invite, and you can get it in the Discord server. It's a totally free brush. Mm-hmm. How would problem solving look in concept artwork? So, for example, for an environment concept art, they could go, okay, we're making a dwarven underground cave system where the dwarves were mining, and we're working on Skyrim or Skyrim 2 or whatever. And the dwarves built this complex elevator system in order to get from way down under the earth to the surface. What does it look like? How does it work? What is it powered by? What types of machinery and gears can you see? Where does the player interact? What does the platform look like? What do the rocks look like? Do the rocks change as you get deeper underground? That's like all of these problems, and you solve those visually. So you're drawing pictures, and yes, that applies to character design. So for example, you're designing a new character skin, and it is a sponsorship with Subway, and they want to design a new skin for some of the Overwatch characters based on Subway. So now you have to use Subway's shape language and color palette on top of an existing character. And so maybe you've got a green arrow wrapping around the arm, and like that would be a visual problem to solve. Or you're designing a new jetpack for a character, and it has to match their existing outfit.
So it's kind of like trying to be an engineer and a design, and basically a designer.
Yeah, it's a design
job. Yeah, like aesthetics and engineering in a way, to some degree. It's a pretty multitasking job.
Do you know any sites to practice this, like giving prompts? I mean, we teach this kind of stuff in our classes, in our anime art school, in the character design class. Mm-hmm. But like, you can take classes online. I would recommend taking like a mentorship. A mentorship with an artist. This is the kind of stuff that like a lot of art colleges don't have, because a lot of the time the professors are not actually experienced in the field that they're teaching about in the college. So I'll have to think about it for a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do have a Discord. So you can go to our profile, and there will be the invite in there.
What is a yearly salary for jobs in the industry, or for the general range? Oh, it so depends.
It really does.
I mean, working full-time as a concept artist will pay anything from like $50K a year, depending on who you're working for, to... I know someone who made $500,000 in a single year doing concept art as a freelancer.
And they were very smart with it.
So, like, it's such a wide It's such a wide range.
It depends on the position that you're in. It also depends on how fast you work and how hireable you are.
Yeah. Is it possible to going into the industry without school? Absolutely. It depends on what industry you're talking about, but generally most art industries, yeah, it's all portfolio based.
Bye, Dior.
If you have a killer portfolio, you get hired. Like, that's how it goes.
Yep. Yes, we are both married.
Yep, we are married. Going in the design industry, yeah, it's all portfolio based. But again, if you're from a foreign country and you want to work in the States and all you have is a portfolio, usually you would need a degree to get hired in the States. It depends. Like, there are certain reasons you would want a degree.
What program is good to use? For me, I love Procreate. This is great for just on-the-go drawing. It's a one-time payment, but it's worth it. And I also use Photoshop. Clip Studio Paint is good too.
Would you know any industries currently hiring or ones to look for stylized concept work? They're always hiring. People are always coming and going. So, like, if you have a good portfolio and you're positioned, start talking to people. Go to Lightbox in Pasadena. Start networking. Go around, talk to people at booths, build a portfolio, ask them what they think of your art. If you don't have a portfolio, put all your best work together and just go talk to people. Hey, what do you think of my art? Do you think I'm almost there? That kind of stuff. Sometimes I feel like drawing, but when I grab the pencil and try to doodle something, I get lost. I totally get you.
I think it's all about intention. Like, what do I want to draw right now?
Yeah, Lightbox, it's an industry event in Pasadena. It takes place in, like, October, I think. It's one word, but you did spell it right. What do you do to get out of art block or lack motivation when you're first starting out? I would say if you lack motivation when you're first starting out, for me personally, the most important thing to focus on is enjoying the process of creating rather than expecting your artwork to turn out amazingly. So art takes so long to get good at that if you don't fall in love with creating art, it's very difficult to keep going.
It is. It's very demotivating.
So, like, yeah, like emo, what you just said, that's like exactly the thing, right? Like, you want to give up because you don't think it's good enough. So separating yourself from wanting it to be good enough and instead just enjoying the process of creating is the most successful solution I've ever seen to that problem, because you can't speed up the progress without drawing more.
Yeah.
So if you want to speed up the progress, you have to draw more, but you don't want to draw more because you're bummed about being bad, so it's kind of like this contradictory thing. So try to get out of the idea of your drawing has to turn out in order for you to be happy. No, it doesn't.
I feel like that's putting too much control over things.
It's putting your emotional state, tying it to something that's outside of your control.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was...
So try to tie your emotional state to something that you can control. And what you can control is whether you show up and draw. And so that's a really good that's what worked for me and a lot of other people. Let's see.
Wow, thank you for all the follows, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Is learning drawing for 2 to 3 days a week a good approach? I don't really count in days, I count in hours, so I can't really tell you. It depends on your goals. It depends on a lot of stuff. You guys would be amazing parents.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it. So many questions are so contextual, so it's very difficult to give straight answers on a lot of stuff. Like, people will be like, how do you get good? And it's like, well, you're going to have to draw more, or draw a lot, but it's so specific advice. Like, good at what? Good at drawing people, good at drawing backgrounds, good at painting. Generally, it's going to require time. You guys motivate me to keep drawing. Hey, that's why we're here.
Yes.
We stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we're also doing a 12-hour-long live stream this Friday, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific. So, California time, 10 a.m., going all the way to 10 p.m. We will be live Friday the 28th. Would love to see you there.
Yes.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, Jamie, we do tutorials a lot.
Yep, we do classes.
You can check our profile. Art is my therapy. See, that's such a good way to do it.
I feel like for a lot of people, it is their therapy at first, but then once the perfectionism starts hitting in because they're like, man, I really want to improve, but I don't know how, and I suck, then that's where you have to like rein it in and be like, okay, I have to remember it's the experience, you know. It's also trying to be gracious on yourself.
What programs should we know to get into the concept industry? It really depends on what job you want. If you're going to be a 3D concept artist, you need to know 3D and rendering and like texturing and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a 2D concept artist, you just have to be able to draw really well. Each game studio is different, and it's different. If you want to work in the movie industry, it's pretty much all 3D plus photo bashing now. Like, very little drawing and painting happens in the movie industry because it's just so fast paced. I've never personally worked in the movie industry, like union, but I have a bunch of teachers who have. And so they talked a lot about it. So it depends. Like, if you're going to work at something like Blizzard, you're going to be drawing all the time. If you're going to work at something like Ubisoft, you're probably going to be doing a lot of 3D photo bashing, some painting. But it depends. Like, a character artist may be using different stuff than an environment artist or a background artist. The name of the brush. You can get this brush for free on our profile. I do have a request from some.
Alright, I'll talk a little bit about shading clothes really quick. Oh, I should make this a little bit bigger. There we go.
But if you can't find it on our profile, if you want to join the Discord server, go ahead and send us a direct message, ask for the Discord invite, and then you can just type !brush in the Discord server, and it will link it to you. And it's just a free download. Juicy Drip, hello.
Juicy Drip, it's been so long.
Tried 3D a few months back, and 3D is so much different. I wasn't prepared coming from digital art. Oh yeah, what did you try? Blender or like 3ds Max or something? Maybe even ZBrush. Was it poly modeling? Ashley, hello. When you're drawing something with a background, do you draw the background first? Not necessarily. It depends if is the artwork about the background, or is the artwork about the character and the background just gives context. That's what I usually start thinking about. Is the background supporting the character, or is the image about the background? Hello, I've been busy trying new things lately, and I tried this site called Womp. Oh, okay,
Womp,
so was it like a website-based Nomad Sculpt before? I've heard of that.
Oh, that's cool.
How can I draw without a stylus pen? I would honestly do traditional.
I would do traditional at that point. Yeah, I would.
How do you make metal gleam with pencils? It's just gonna be basic form and material rendering.
Yeah. So, like, for instance, if I'm like shading clothes like this, I'm thinking about, is this material really soft or is it really shiny? This is a soft material, so I'm shading it depending on the surface.
Very user friendly. Awesome. That's fun. Can I get a hoo-yah? Hello, into the thick of it.
Welcome back.
I find watercolor is a bit difficult. I look forward to giving it a try again. Watercolor is a very difficult medium.
Yes. You also have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Especially when you want to wait for it to dry. And also the paper really matters, I would say. If you don't have good paper, it will warp, and it will also like not dry properly, and it will disintegrate.
Yeah. So like if you want to draw metal, for example, the property of metallic surfaces is it tends to be very reflective. Now it depends if it's it's brushed metal, if it's brushed metal, if it's chrome or whatever. But generally the way metal works is if you have a light coming in from, say, there, you're going to get your core shadow, and you're probably going to get like a turning edge, and you're probably going to get this side shaded in, and you're going to get something like probably something around the lines of that. If you're rendering like a metal cylinder, then you'll probably have a little gradient on the top.
And as long as you can do this in pencil, like that's how you would do it traditionally.
Yeah. Probably going to have a little highlight there. So again, it's basic material and form rendering, but you can achieve this with a pencil. You can just do different value.
And Colton teaches this all in the anime art school.
If it's shiny, how would you shade it differently? Shiny is reflective. So you're going to get speculars, which is a direct reflection of your light source, which is why I put that highlight right here.
Yep.
That's a specular highlight. It means it's a reflection of your light source.
Like if I were to draw a sphere, or just shade a sphere, and shade it normally, I guess. You know, shadow, core shadow, outline, but I don't have that specular, it's not going to look shiny. But once I add in that specular, it looks shiny. Mm-hmm. In fact, especially if it's paired with very high contrasting shadows, you know, similarly to like a marble, right?
Any cheap tablet recommendations? I'm not sure. You might have to ask chat or do a search online.
Generally, if you add in the highlight and have like a dark area surrounding the highlight, it'll make the highlights show a lot more and make it brighter looking. So I like doing that. This also works great for eyes as well.
Yeah. The thing is as objects get more metallic, you're going to get more reflections of the environment. So, like, if you're rendering a piece of shoulder armor that's metal, the top is going to reflect the sky, the bottom is going to, or any downward-facing surfaces are going to reflect the ground, and then you're probably going to get a highlight for the sun or the light. Mm-hmm. Metal is, like, kind of like a mirror in a lot of ways.
Yes. It just like really warped
channels. Mirror. Yeah, for sure. You can recommend other channels to people, as long as they're not like weird channels or something. But I think you're good.
So one thing I really want to talk about this before we move on to another topic. If you want to shade clothes, I actually like to think of things compartmentalizing it. So I would think, okay, this sleeve is a cylinder with other added cylinders on top. And so I would shade it depending on that. So for instance, if my light source is up here, or I should say, my light source.
I'm going to grab my iPad. How do I get better at line art, someone asked.
A lot of it is through time, but I would say study a lot of... So what helps me is I look at the artists that I really like, and I look at their line work. And then I would like study a section of their drawing to really see how they use the lines and the shapes, and how dark do they do things, or how light do they put the lines in. So a lot of the studying, and also just as you get better at drawing, you're going to get better at line work, kind of passively, because you're going to have your own design choices and stuff. So for instance, if I'm shading this cylinder, I have like one cylinder here, and that is shaded like a cylinder, and then this cylinder is, you know, another fold, and that will have another direction of where the shadow is depending on where the light is. And a lot of it will just blend together. So that's how I like to think about clothes. It's just really a lot simpler that way. So that's how I did this sweater right here. And I also like to think of the wireframe of how the folds are interacting with the cloth. So it, you know, helps me to identify what shadows go where. So that's my shading tips.
Can you explain why a mirror gets shattered, you get multiple reflections? Because now they're all pointing at different places.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So you'll have basically, if a mirror gets broken, like you punch a mirror and you can see the same thing in all the little pieces, it's because each of the pieces kind of broke, and now they're all pointing at the same spot. So you'll see they almost act like a bunch of mini mirrors, and so they all point back at your face. But they like to exaggerate that in movies, and so that's why they'll use it to see a bunch of, like, they'll use it for like an emotional effect, and you'll see the person's face like a whole bunch of times, like there's a whole bunch of themselves looking back at them and stuff.
It's like kind of creepy, like a bunch of eyes looking at you.
Yeah.
At different angles.
But each broken piece acts like its own mirror that's pointing a little bit at a different area.
That's crazy, actually. I never even thought about that.
Do you guys have a Procreate tutorial? No, we generally don't teach software. We pretty much just teach drawing and art foundation.
We'll cover some hair flow. How about that?
Leah, if you want the brush, you can get it on our profile. You can actually also join our Discord server by sending us a direct message and asking for the invite. And in the Discord server, you can get the brush for free. I'll go into the General 2 chat and hit !brush. Although people are kind of yapping in there right now. And you can go download the brush for free in General 2.
So when I think of hair in the wind or in the water, it's actually pretty similar, but with water it's more amorphous. It's more like there's not like a specific direction where the hair is going. With wind, on the other hand, the wind has an actual force behind it, and they will push the hair in different directions. It's a lot more clear. But with water, it's like, you're floating. It's almost like a zero gravity type thing. So I would say focus more on, are the currents going up? What are they doing in the water? Like if it's a mermaid, for example, and they're just staying still, the currents will naturally like make it flow. So as long as you can show it in a certain direction, whether if it's to the left or to the right or up or down, it'll feel like it's going in water. One example I would like to do, or one example that you can try, is just starting with a blob, but pushing the blob to a specific direction. So I'll have it over here, going in this direction here.
Maybe like Miko length hair or something.
Yeah, Miko length hair would be good. And when it comes to water, everything becomes very bouncy and very buoyant. So you'll see less, crazy curls, or how do I say this? It wouldn't be super wispy like in wind, unless the hair is moving in a certain direction. It'll be a little bit more like a jellyfish. So it'll have more of a bulbous look to it. And, hair also in the water tends to flow everywhere, so you'll sometimes see bangs that cover the face. But as long as it's going in a similar direction as the rest of the hair, I think that will work.
Yeah. Question on YT.
Go ahead.
I have a question. I always wanted to draw cute anime characters. I can draw objects and environments, but as soon as I think about drawing a person, my brain goes black. Can you give me advice, as though I was an 8-year-old, on how to approach practicing and improving my art skills in this area? So I would say, I had the same problem. I'm actually an environment and background artist professionally, and I decided to do a 1,000 anime heads challenge. I've done about 200 of them, but just draw a ton of them. I would say, first things first, try to draw 1,000 anime heads. Mm-hmm. You will learn so much more than those 1,000 from those 1,000 drawings than anything I could say to you. You will learn so much about proportion, so much about symmetry, so much about making things cute, and experiment. Like, for real. So, like,
wow.
some of my 1,000 anime heads, I do them in sets of 25. Yes, everybody, thank you for all the follows.
Thank you.
Like this, right? Here's some of the anime heads that I did. Here's Miko and Miki and Miki.
Might you zoom out a little bit because it's kind of, yeah, there we go.
So these are there's number 127, number 128, number 129, number 130. Some of them are from observation, like I found a picture and I copied it. Some of them are completely from imagination. And this is not for me to post on social media. This is just to practice and get better. Mm-hmm. So, lots of that. Here's Miki again, that's my character. Mm-hmm. And here's Abby, which is my other character.
Nobody can see that though, unfortunately.
Yeah, over there.
Our heads are blocking it.
So, yeah, that's 25. There's another 25. And I do a lot of stuff like this. Like, this is completely from imagination.
But I think that once you get, like, where to place the features
Sakura.
And what makes it cute, you'll be able to do it more intuitively.
Yeah. So just start. There's no failing, too. And when you do something like 1,000, you literally could practice with 50. Like, 50 of them could be complete experiments, 50 of them in a row. And so you're going to learn more from just drawing a ton than anything I could tell you. Did you ever get frustrated with this? Yeah, but I just go, GG next. Mm-hmm. Right? There's Tofungus's characters. So I'll draw other people's characters in the Discord sometimes. There's a bunch of Tofungus's characters. That's one of our moderators. There's Miki in the Sailor Moon thing, my character. More Miki.
I really like this set.
Abby. So I've only done 200 so far. But... Oh, yeah.
Scheming together. Practicing different expressions and stuff. Yeah. It's so cute. All the guys.
These are the guys. So, I'm like, dang, I kind of suck at guys, so I'm going to try a bunch of guys. And
there's
some of them...
Character.
There's Christina's character. That one right there is like a copy drawing. But again, I'm not doing these to post them on social media. I don't post them at all. I'm doing it just to get better. Backgrounds? I have like a background video on our YT channel. It's kind of old. It's a couple years old, but it's good. For for the 1,000 heads, do you recommend different artists? Just anything that you like. I tend to do, in the beginning, I did a lot more from observation because I didn't know what I was doing. And then later on, I started experimenting, making my own stuff, making stuff like that.
So I think one more little detail about, I know I'm kind of like, we're on different topics and stuff, and we do have like topics to talk about, but I didn't want to interrupt. I think one more thing about hair in wind or water, because this can actually work in the wind as well. Like if you want it to work in the water, all you have to do is just put bubbles around it, and look, it's in water. If you want to have hair in the wind, you can just add some leaves, like blowing in the wind, and there, you got wind. And it looks believable.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
How do you get this brush again? So, I don't know how to say your name exactly. I can't actually read it. But send us a direct message here on TikTok and ask for the Discord invite, right? That's all you have to do. Just DM us, ask for the invite. I will literally paste the invite directly into the chat, and you can go and put it on Discord. I've already put the brush in the Discord server in general too. It's just a direct Google Drive download. It's a single brush. It's the brush that's always used. Actually, I use that brush for every single one of those anime head drawings that I showed you a little bit ago. It's just that brush. I know you're a landscape guide, but do you know how to make some construction debris that's falling? It stemmed from your ability to draw boxes at different angles.
Long hair to the ankles is all just about volume and just about what's the main gesture of your hair. Is it wavy? Is it curly? Is it straight? Let's say if you're going to draw more like kind of straight at first, but then it gets wavier. I would say focus more on S-curves, like one long S-curves, because generally straight hair is very, there's not a lot of curves in it. But then towards the end, if you want to reach it to the ankles, you can speed up the velocity.
Yes. Could you show us some of your very early attempts? I am humiliating myself by doing this. I'm going to the traditional sketchbook for this one. Come on. Oh no.
Oh my.
Oh
my gosh.
There's some really weird stuff in here.
So that's how I would cover hair, just really long hair. In fact, I would say this. If you have like medium hair, like this, all you have to do is just make the head smaller, and all of a sudden it like looks really long. It just makes it that much longer.
Here's some stuff. Okay, so here you go.
Go ahead.
Whoa, what the heck is that?
It's long hair.
Oh, I thought that was a face. I was
no,
like,
it's not a face.
So here's one right here. That's one of my early attempts. This one right here is one of my early attempts.
He's trying to show the pretty ones. I'm kidding.
No, it's not. I'm trying to avoid naked people, but I didn't do a very good job. Here's some of my earlier attempts. Look at that one. Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Hey, he's done a lot of experiments.
It's just experimenting. Again, like, you're not doing these to make them pretty. You're doing them to learn. And then, of course, you know, later on, a couple hundred heads later, like this one right here is completely from imagination. And I combined two of my characters together. Like, all of these, totally from imagination. That one's from imagination. Huh? So, just experiment. What? Oh, yeah. Huh? I thought you were saying, huh?
No. I'm trying to act as her.
Yeah. So, that one's not. That one's from observation.
Oh, no. Why is there no eyebrows on this one?
Oh, no. Hey, sometimes I
always add when your expressions don't look as hot, add eyebrows. That could be the reason why.
Yeah, but I'm kind of a bad example because I worked as a professional artist for like 7 years before I started learning anime drawing. So like, if you know, I would say PewDiePie is a really good example. If you start and you stay consistent and you practice for an entire year, you would definitely expect the kind of improvement that PewDiePie had.
Yes, it's sure. Consistency. It's consistency.
He is not an unusual case of improvement.
No.
If you put in the practice. Like, that's pretty standard.
I think a lot of people aren't used to seeing like that rapid improvement, and maybe they don't see it in themselves yet. So maybe they're like, "Wow, that's crazy! I could never do that." But you could if you set your mind to it.
I think it's actually a great example. Literally anybody could do that with putting in like a good year.
I would say it's more encouraging rather than discouraging. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's like if PewDiePie can do it, he never drew it before, then I can do it. You know, it's not like a matter of talent or anything. It's just consistency.
Hey, Lewis, Abby plus Miki, the ultimate fusion.
Yes, it's cool.
I can't draw from imagination. Not if you don't know what things look like.
Yeah.
In order to draw from imagination, it's really, really difficult. You have to learn certain core skills before you can draw from imagination. It's hard. Drawing from imagination is many, many times harder than drawing from observation.
Mm-hmm. I'll draw a curly hair demo really quick. I think one of the easier ways to do it digitally is actually use large brushes and start hatching like that, and start actually trying to come up with really interesting volumes.
Awesome, Toshi. I'm glad it helped. I spend 15 minutes on gesture drawing every day. Should I be spending more time? If you spend 15 minutes a day on gesture drawing consistently for months and months, you will make a bunch of improvement.
Mm-hmm.
You'll make a lot more improvement than if you just spent like an hour on gesture drawing like once on a Saturday and then you quit for 2 months. The consistency, I'm telling you, consistency just is so good. It's so important.
And it works even better if you start adding more time. So let's say instead of 15 minutes, well, 15 minutes is all you can do, then that's fine. But if you want to improve even more, then you could say 15 minutes, and then maybe we'll bump it up to 20 or even 30 minutes a day. Mm-hmm. And it's like just gradually, incrementally increasing the amount of time.
Uh-huh. Marmalade Gal. Hey, I love to hear that. Hey, if you want to share the progress in our Discord server, we'd love to have you.
Yes.
Big community, really, really friendly. A lot of people draw together and have fun. Weekly and monthly challenges that we go over on stream. Sorry, I'm actually sending out the invites right now to some people who messaged. So if you want to join the Discord, go ahead and send us a DM. Ask for an invite, and I'll just send it to you. How could? Any tips on drawing scars? Unfortunately, some artists are pushing social media more than others, but because of region. Hair proportions is such a struggle.
Hair proportion. I would say hair volume is a lot of the struggle, I think.
Literally, PewDiePie inspired me to get back into drawing. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I haven't, funny enough, I haven't even seen the video.
I never even seen the video either. I just heard that it was really good.
But it sounded like it inspired a bunch of people. Can you teach me how to draw curly hair? I've been trying for a year. Curly as in like 3C or 4C?
I was just drawing some curly hair here, and I just started with actually just a bunch of shadows, or I shouldn't say shadows. I started with like a really wide brush or really big brush and just started drawing curls inside and outside, and just kind of focusing more on silhouette and a lot of S and C curves. Stuff that's going out, stuff that's going in. A lot of time curly hair will have a pretty general S curvy type gesture, but then there's like some C curves that like go against the it goes against the gesture here. So sometimes you can play with the gestures and play with the different strands, and you can get a more textured feel.
Yep. If you want the Discord server, you can DM us and ask for the invite. If you want the brush, you can either get it on the link on our profile, but if you can't see that, just it's in the Discord server as well, so you can get it there. It's hard being YouTube chat. Yeah. Hey, I've been responding to YouTube chat.
Let's see here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one though. Any tips on drawing mechas like Gundams? Definitely want to be good at dimensional drawing.
Yeah, dimensional drawing. Armor. Well, a lot of mechas will have like boxes and softer boxes or rounder or cylinders of some sort. Beveled things.
How would you guys feel if I made a chibi version of you? Yeah, for sure.
Oh heck awesome. Yeah, we'd love seeing that. I love seeing that.
I have a buddy who does mix for a living. Couple friends who do. Wonder if I can find his art.
Let's see, what other stuff. Okay, we can do some fingers really quick while we're at it. If you want to draw fingers, my favorite way to draw them is the top part of your finger is pointy, or is more like a box. The bottom is squishy. And you can divide the finger into 3 parts. So 1, 2, 3. And then the bottom is squishy. And then if you want to draw this in a 3/4 view, it's like drawing different planes in perspective.
Probably no ponytail for Christina.
Nah, no ponytail. I don't wear well, I do wear a low ponytail, but I think long hair, like hair down, is better.
Yeah. Dang. I can't show some of this guy's art that he sent me because
it's NDA?
It's secret, but this is some of my buddy's art on his ArtStation, his public profile. Stuff is sick.
Nice.
He's actually working in Shenzhen right now.
Shenzhen?
As a concept artist, so he does a bunch of this kind of stuff. Here's other stuff of his. This is all drawn by hand too. This is all line work. He just straight up draws this stuff. So yeah, super high level artist. He's actually really helped me out. He was kind of like a mentor of mine for a while. But yeah, super awesome stuff. He was working like, oh my gosh, like almost 10 years before I was working.
Wow, veteran.
Yeah, he's a veteran. The way you draw faces is how I'm trying to get to any artist to study for advice. I mean, you have to remember, like, I have a really, really strong background in dimensional drawing, so the way that I draw anime faces, I'm thinking of them in 3D, like this three-dimensional space. Do you do realistic art? Yes, both of us do. Like, I can explain how I draw heads and faces, like, kind of the basics of it.
You want to switch?
Not really. I'll just draw a simple one.
Awkward.
But the way that I draw heads is I just start with I start with a circle like that. Start with a circle, and I go, where's my center point? I'm thinking wrapping around, right? I pull a line down.
Pull that cheek out.
Pull that cheek out. Pull this jaw back, and back like that. And then I kind of drop in the eye line. But I'm thinking about this sphere in a three-dimensional sense, right? Front, side. This is a sphere. If I wrap, it goes like that. So this is a 3D shape in my brain. And I draw it that way. And so all I have to do is draw a circle, and I can go, you know, maybe front, side.
Ooh, someone's in the middle of making Miki fan art.
Like that. So that's how I start my heads. And then all you do is you just drop a line straight down. Right? This line kind of curves back like this. This line kind of curves down like that. That's just how I draw heads. That's how I start them. Three-dimensional space. Remember, this jaw, this is moving backwards in space. It's not moving to the side. It's moving backwards. So in my brain, I'm thinking, you know, this is moving this way in space, not
to the side.
Not this way in space. Like that. So just, you know, think about that kind of thing. And then when you want to draw like the eye line in or whatever.
Well, I like to think of it like this as well. Like I think of the side plane. Like this is actually like the box that's going back in space like this. It's just this is kind of more rounded.
I struggle too much with perspective. Could you give me some tips, please? My number one tip for perspective is if something's getting further from you, it's getting smaller.
Yep, like this.
If something gets further away, it gets smaller. It looks smaller.
Someone's making Miki fan art.
Really? Who?
You gotta go up. Penny.
Penny! Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I don't see your message, but I'm so excited.
I said it, but I don't think you were paying attention.
In the middle of making Miki fan art. Yeah, I was locked in. Having trouble with keeping the same art style? You can actually make a style guide for yourself.
Yeah.
And
like,
something that you can actually reference yourself to look at.
How to draw very masculine heads.
Very masculine.
Let me think. Very masculine heads will have things poke out a lot more. So you can push out the brow ridge, the cheekbone.
Is your Discord user the same as all your other ones? I'm not sure what you mean exactly. Emo, if you just want to DM us, I'll send you a direct invite to our server. Just DM us and ask.
How do you guys clean your iPads? I've been drawing on it for a few weeks, and now the screen has become very textured. I've looked online and it says an iPad has a protective coating.
I don't think the iPad... I think it's just glass.
It's glass.
So our iPad gets very textured too because all we do is spit when we stream, so we have to clean it regularly.
How do we clean it though?
Just like a paper towel and water or whatever. Or if you want to use like a glass cleaner, that would work too. Mm-hmm.
Masculine heads will generally have the brow coming out and the cheekbone coming out and a longer jaw, and then a more defined chin and a more defined jawline. So if you combine this all, it'll look more masculine. If you don't, it's going to look more feminine, like this. It's very smooth edges will look very feminine.
My glasses cleaner
ones.
works nice.
Glasses cleaner? That's pretty good because it's glass.
Work.
Yeah.
Hello, Flashy. Can
Smaller
you zoom
features.
out? Yeah, this will also be posted full res in the Discord server after the stream.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get all of this full res, and you'll be able to even see the replay of it. Do you still post the replay?
Yeah, I do. I still post the
iPad
recording. Yeah,
iPad recording.
Do eyes in perspective? We can add that to the list.
With the people in shape. Leah, actually, we also have a video on YT.
Eyes in perspective.
About eyes at different angles in perspective.
I can't
So Christina made it a little while back. You can go find that on our YT channel. Draw Anime Academy, same name.
Masculine faces will also generally have smaller features, longer nose.
Which one of you made Miki and who made Miku? I don't know who made Miku. She's a VTuber.
Unless you meant Miko.
Vocaloid. But Miki is my character.
Miko is ours. I technically made her, but it's ours.
Do you have anything about drawing backgrounds or scenery? Yeah, I have some content on our YT channel about backgrounds and stuff and perspective. But backgrounds and scenery. I guess I could talk a little bit about that today, but we do have a lot of stuff on the list.
We also have a watercolor to do, right? Was it with Whimsy?
Whimsy, are you still here? Is it okay to use an iPad without a screen protector? Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally fine.
Totally fine. Yes.
Yes.
Do you want your
Okay.
character done today? Did you already post references? Oh, TikTok. Quit it with that alarm.
You can DM it to me if you want.
I see Jake fan art. Uh-oh.
Oh, Jake found our, huh? I gotta see it. I do like Jake. Jake's a fun character.
Jake's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He is a good guy. Let's see. Oh my gosh! Oh, it's with another Draw Anime Academy OC. Oh, that's so
That's
cute.
fun. Oh my gosh, who made that? That's so
made this?
good.
Oh, Soup Can Kid. What?
Wow.
Soup Can Kid.
They're throwing water balloons at
They're
people
throwing
below.
water balloons at people below. Oh, she's so pretty.
Yeah, that's really nice.
That is so cute. I love that. That's so nice. What's the easiest way to draw faces? Honestly, I don't think there's an easiest way. I just think there's just multiple ways to simplify. My preferred way is just drawing a sphere. What's up? Who's that?
She's so pretty.
Oh my gosh, I still can't wait to draw her.
Her name is Chitose, inspired by anime doll that I have on display.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
That's
I can't
so
wait.
cute.
I have to draw a doll version of her then. I'll have to
So,
do like a cutesy outfit.
Yeah, so stream, we do have to let you know in a little bit, Christina's going to switch to traditional watercolor.
Looks like
And
these.
she's going to make something live on stream that kind of looks like this with acrylic marker and watercolor.
And this is specifically for people who get our anime art school.
This is the character that's going to be drawn. This is Whimsy Wonder Palette's character. Very, very cute.
Yes, I
So if
can't
you want
wait.
to stick around for that. By the way, any one of you could get your character drawn in watercolor on stream live. It is a promotion that we're currently running. If you purchase our recorded anime art school, we will do your character on stream live, just like that.
And you
And
get it.
that ends at the end of the month. So
This is the
act
last week.
fast. Yeah, the last week. This is the last week that promotion's running, and you also get both of our How to Draw books for free, signed and mailed to you with the watercolor. Here's Volume 2. Here's Volume 1. We are the authors, if you recognize these. How do you draw wrinkles?
Wrinkles on
we have a
clothes?
couple TikToks on those.
Yes, we do. You can actually check one out. One is with Anya from Spy Family, teaching some basic folds, and there's a few TikToks on it as well.
Hey, Dove Peppy.
All right. Let's see. We'll do eyes in perspective really quick, and we'll do some child body types. Maybe we'll do child body type first, because that was first on the list. But anyway, someone was asking what's the easiest way to draw faces. I don't think there's any easy way, because it's hard. Everything to draw is hard, but it just takes a lot of practice. So for me, I draw a sphere. I take out this piece and turn it into a flat surface. So I change this line here. This is curved, this is straight. And then I just drop it down to where I want to drop it down to.
Fox is late.
Fox.
How you doing, Fox?
And I actually like to think of the bottom of the chin, kind of like, I don't know, how would you describe this shape?
Oh, lots of work. Thank you for sharing the live. Hope you're doing good.
It's kind of like a rounded triangular prism, but it's like slanted. So it takes a little bit of getting used to. But this is kind of what it looks like at the bottom.
Doing good otherwise. Awesome.
Awesome.
Very awesome.
I'm so glad that you still drop by on streams, even though you're busy. I've drawn before, but I'm restarting to become better. I actually have some art I want to see it. You can post it in the if you're in our Discord channel, you can post it in the art share channels if you like.
Yeah.
Oh, bye, Fox. So from a side view, for example, if I'm drawing this, the bottom of the jawline will tilt up, and so there will be a plane that you can see underneath, and then the neck comes out at an angle like this. Anyways, child body types. Child body types, a lot of the time the proportions will be very similar to like a regular adult. The only difference, now I made a very tall adult here, the only difference is that the head is a lot larger. So what I do is I just draw in the head and make it as large as I want. And then for the body, I just shrink it. So what I do for the body is I draw a line from the neck down and divide this in half. This right here is my torso. The bottom of my torso, this here are my legs. So that way we can get a child proportion going. Smaller head, bigger head, smaller body. But with kids, they don't have a lot of curves either. They'll have more of like a chubbier look. So I would really not try to add any hips or any crazy curves. I would just try to make the body very straight. And actually we cover how to draw child body types in our how to draw book as well. So I keep the rib cage kind of curvy, like we want to see the rib cage and the pelvis, but we don't want it to be like that. Like that ain't a kid. So, yeah. And keep the limbs relatively pretty smooth, like not super thick, not super thin, just kind of even, actually. It's kind of getting a little bit warm here. Should I bring the fan in?
I can grab it.
Okay.
Yippee!
Do you guys make long form videos where we can watch when we can't watch your live? So we actually post we're live on YT right now.
Yup.
And you can actually rewind that stream currently and go back to, you know, all the previous drawings done on here. So yeah, these lives are saved onto the YT.
Yep, every single live stream we do, we are streaming both simultaneously on TikTok and our YT channel. The great thing about YT is they back up all of our streams. So every single stream we've done for the last months are all available on demand as videos. So that is, you can go rewind any of them. See us drawing, go through all the tutorials and everything to your heart's content. A lot of people do that.
Maybe we'll do buff bodies. And we'll do that because somebody was asking about muscles, so we'll kind of get those out of the way. Poor Tira, she's going to get smaller. I don't feel like... actually, you know what? I'm just going to extend the canvas. I'll extend it downward here. So muscles... Muscles is all about form. It's all about forms. So underneath the body, generally, will be a bunch of boxes and cylinders. So let's say like the rib cage here is a box, because that's just easy to break it down into, and you can see the perspective, like the opening of the rib cage. And then if you want to draw the arms, they're going to be more like cylinders. But the cylinders that I'm drawing here is basically kind of like the main volume, so let me actually make it a little bit thicker. I'm keeping in mind the muscle mass as well as the perspective in mind.
You want that on?
Oh yes, thank you, that's so much better. I don't know why, it's getting a bit warm.
Tingle
Ooh,
time.
thank you for the follows. De Moneo, CPT, sorry, in user, thank you. Hey Lau! I can't have Discord, can I just post on my TikTok and you can see it? We don't do that unfortunately, so unfortunately, sorry about that. Can you draw a male face? I did draw a male face earlier, but I can do that again. So muscles, we actually cover anatomy pretty extensively in our anime art school. But if, like, I can just cover some torso muscles really quick. So what I'm doing right now is I'm breaking down the body into boxes and I'm connecting them. So this is my rib cage, this is my pelvis. I would say the main muscles that you can think about right away is your pecs. And when you're thinking about muscles, just really keep in mind that they're like kind of like blobs on top of cylinders. So for instance, this is my deltoid right here. They're like they're like soft forms. So that means they're structural, but they have roundness to them. Hey, Captain. What? You're gonna do what? Oh, okay. Oh, well, how did you learn this? Did you go to art school? Yes, I did go to art school for this specifically. I went to Art Center, which is a design school, and in my first term, we did figure drawing like this. But I also took a lot of classes online that taught all of this and anatomy and stuff. So, if I were to draw the pecs, which is one of the most iconic muscles, it's basically a trapezoid, you know, on your chest, and it goes right before your opening of your rib cage right here. And then the next muscle group that you can think about is the abs, and you can just draw a center line down the body, and your abs start from the opening of your rib cage down to your rib cage. And then the rest, you know, you can fill it in. These are your sides or your obliques more specifically. And there's like a very simple torso. There's obviously more muscles on here, but I can't cover all of that today.
Is art school worth it then?
It really just depends on what you're going for. It's like not all art schools are the same. Art Center is very expensive.
Art Center, I would say, probably is not worth it unless your family is very well off.
And they really want you to get a degree.
Yeah, like both of us left Art Center.
Yeah.
The thing about art education is it's literally more affordable than it's ever been.
Oh yeah.
Because so many classes and stuff online. Like our program is an entire year long. Has 7 different classes, like professional classes, and it's only like $497
and also
for an entire year program.
A lot of the content I basically was taught by people from Art Center and my classes. So it's basically everything that I've learned in those courses. So yeah. You're not going to be missing anything from our colleges that way.
Yeah, there's so many classes available online. There's mentorships, there's classes by pros, there's live classes, there's recorded classes. Until what time will you be live? Not sure exactly. Probably a couple more hours.
Yeah, a couple more hours. So then, you know, once you have this kind of basic block out, you have the pecs, you have the abs and all that stuff, then you can start changing the size of these muscles for a more bulkier look. So if I were to draw a bulkier guy right next to him.
Do mentorships. You know, funny enough, we are opening a coaching program, a mentorship program. So technically, yes, you could actually probably get that. You can DM us and ask about it. If you want to do like a mentorship or a coaching program or something, you can DM it. Mm-hmm. Where do you go to join these classes? Do you have a site? Yeah, we do have a site. It's drawanimeacademy.com if you want to just type it directly into your browser. But if you hate typing, I can also just send you that in DM if you want to direct message us and ask about our classes.
Draw Anime Academy.
Yeah, it's just our username.com.
You can also just search on Google Draw Anime Academy, and actually our anime art school will pop up for you. So.
But yeah, you can type our username.com, or you can just DM us. But make sure you ask about our school, or else I might think you're requesting to join the Discord or something.
Yeah. Let's be specific.
Yeah. We get a lot of DMs, and if they're not specific, a lot of them are just spam, and I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
So I don't respond to it. But otherwise, like if you don't want to go to school or pay money or anything, we do stream free 3 times a week. So show up, hang out, have fun. We're here. We're going to stay. And if TikTok gets banned in the States, then we're still going to be on our YT channel streaming and making content.
Yep.
Can you zoom out so I can show the drawings?
Yeah, no problem. I just got to fix this thing really quick. There we go. So here's the full thing. It's not going to be high res for you, unfortunately, but I will be posting this whole sheet in our Discord channel. You draw the muscles so effortlessly. Thank you, but that also comes with a bunch of practice.
She's taught a lot of anatomy classes.
Honestly, the main reason why I'm able to memorize all these muscles is because I taught it a bunch. So a lot of it was when I first started teaching anatomy. There were definitely things that were in the wrong places, but the more I was like, no, I have to get it right because I'm teaching it, the more I actually was like, I retained it. So
all of the drawings in our book our how to draw book characters, the anatomy sheets and everything, all these muscles. She drew those as well.
Yep.
So these are all Christina's drawings for the classes, all the names of the muscles, all the body types and everything as well. So like all this kind of stuff.
All this is just using the same muscles, you're just changing the volume.
Yeah, all the muscles are the same regardless of what body type, so it's worth learning anatomy. And same with female. Mm-hmm. Different body types for girls.
You know, I show more of the muscle on this body type.
Teenage type.
More
superhero
muscular.
type.
Curvier.
You know, curvier type. So, that kind of stuff. This is all in our book, by the way. Anime Academy, How to Draw Characters. So if you want to learn about drawing characters and stuff, this is available on Amazon.
Snaz, I think you should draw Ray and
This
Mickey.
is our book. We have 2 books. This is Book Note Volume 2. Yeah. By the way, if you do get our anime art school, you get both these books signed for free.
Yes.
In addition to the watercolor. Do you have a Kindle version? We have a Kindle version for book Volume 1, but not this one. Mm-hmm. Look at this. It's Mickey.
What's Ray and Mickey's dynamic? In the anime art school, in the anime academy universe, Ray's the teacher, and she's always annoyed by Mickey because Mickey it can be very energetic and kind of just chaotic, and Ray's always and she's always causing trouble, so I would think that Ray's just kind of annoyed by her.
Mm-hmm. And the year-long program helps with the basic, and how do you verify that students keep up with the program? So that's up to you. The year-long program is self-paced, so
Yes.
you unlock all the classes and the homework, and you can stick to the curriculum, or you can take longer, or you can go faster. You'll just unlock all the classes, all the homework, all the assignments, and everything. And it's self-paced, so you go through it at your own your own pace, I guess.
Yeah. Your own work schedule.
Your own work schedule, so you could buy it and do 1 week over 3 weeks, or whatever. You have it forever. And you get both books. Mm-hmm. And so both books are $26.95 on Amazon. And so if you do the promotion, you're getting both books for free. And you're also getting a watercolor drawing.
Yes, I really like this drawing. I always like promoting this drawing. It's super cute.
There we go.
I DM'd asking for the link. Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
What pen should you use for sketching and drawing? That's really a personal preference.
It is. I just use, sometimes if I don't have anything, I'll just use a regular pencil, like number 2 pencil, and that will be it.
Yeah.
I wish it was for free. Oh, Glowberry. Well, these are free. This is free.
Yeah, our streams are going to be free. So when we are doing a 12-hour long live stream on Friday, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Forearms are always a little bit challenging because there's just a bunch of muscles that go into it, and it's just a mess. But I like to think of these actually like calves, like calf muscles. You know how the calf muscle on the bottom of your leg, you have this like bump on the back?
Happy Monday. Nice.
Well, it's the same on the forearm as well, actually. I just realized that. Because I'm like, hey, wait a second, this is the same shape.
Thank you for the tip. I'm a huge fan of mechas like Mobile Suit Gundam, Megazords, and Transformers, so I want to learn as much as I can on how to draw them and make my own mecha characters. Awesome. Mechs are super cool. I did mechs a little bit for work. Not a lot. I'm not really a mech artist.
Yeah. Mechs are cool, though. So this muscle right here that pops out every now and then, depending on where your arm is turning, is called the brachioradialis. It's a muscle that is on your radius, meaning it's on the bone that turns, which is on the thumb side. So that's why if someone's really muscular and they flex, you'll see that bump right there.
OMG, the program isn't a subscription? No, Procreate's a one-time payment. It always has been.
It always
Clip
has
Studio's a subscription. Photoshop's a subscription. Procreate's always been a one-time payment.
That's why I love it so much.
$12 or $13, I don't remember.
Yeah. It's one of those rare non-subscription things nowadays.
Yeah. So when I'm drawing a gesture, I tend to draw the boxes for the rib cage and pelvis too far apart, especially when I'm doing more dynamic movements. Is there a recommendation for proportional distance? Yes.
Yes.
There is. The distance between your rib cage and pelvis is basically going to be 1/4 of the total torso.
So if this is a rectangle, if I divide this in half, this is where your rib cage is going to go. Halfway from this box is where your pelvis is situated in.
So you basically got 1, 2, 3, 4, this distance is a quarter, essentially.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good starting point.
Yep. So I can go in like this, divide this in half, divide this in half. Here's my rib cage. Here's my pelvis. I know where my pelvis is now.
Oh, by the way, 25,000 likes on the stream on TikTok, you get secret surprises. So if you're new here, keep hitting that like button. And the regulars know what's up, so they're going to be pushing hard to reach that goal. Every 25,000 likes, you get a secret surprise. So just keep hitting the like button. Totally forgot about it.
I just joined. What are you drawing right now? I'm just drawing some arms and muscular bodies. I think that is most... We haven't done eyes in perspective yet, so maybe I'll do that really quick before we go into watercolor. I don't know if we're going to still... I want to do watercolor, because that's part of the promotion. But I think I'll do this one as the last topic for now. So eyes in perspective. Eyes in perspective. So there's a few ways to do it. First, you got to know how to draw eyes pretty symmetrically. Can you talk about leg muscles? We'll see if we get there. I'll write it down for now, and if I'm in the mood for it, I'll talk about it. Leg muscles. Eyes in perspective. So in order to draw things in perspective, you got to know how it works symmetrically, because it's like you're trying to, when you draw things in perspective, you're thinking about things in like a box. So this is an exercise that Colton actually taught, and I think it's really good. Colton, what's up?
Nothing, I'm just looking at something.
Oh, okay, no problem. So I like to draw a line. This is marking my center line. Tablet name. This is the iPad Pro 13-inch. Then you draw 3 points. This will turn into a triangle. And then all you have to do for the other side is try to mirror it on the opposite side. And what I like to do is I like to find the closest point to the center line, and then I move it and I just kind of draw a line, a little guideline across. I'm like, okay, this looks about right. You're not trying to get things perfectly correct, but for the most part, mostly correct. And then I'm like, okay, here's my point here. It goes a little bit up here, and it goes a little bit down here. Sometimes it's off, but that's okay. You can always change it. And then there is my other triangle on the other side. And if it doesn't look correct, that's okay. It's just practice. So then what I do in perspective is I go one step further. I draw a plane. Here's my center by drawing an X on both sides. So I'm not seeing chat. 1 second. Hey, everyday. Hey, Kat. It's been so long. It's been so long. Oh, it's 25K likes? Oh, well, thank you for reminding me.
Oh,
okay.
my goodness. 25K likes. Let's go.
Let's go.
Check it out. I even got a baby bottle for chat. Here you go.
Chat. Hold up. They can't see that. It's in real life. What are you going to do about that?
What are we going to do about that?
What are you going to do about that?
My poor juice. It's wasted. Oops. There you go.
Now we got to throw that away because that's going to get all sticky. And I can't use that for the watercolor. But good job, chat. Head pads.
Baby chat got real, actual mango yogurt today.
They've been spoiled.
Yeah, head pats for chat at 25K. And at 50K, y'all will get extra goodies as well for baby chat. How could I join your Discord server? You can send us a direct message and ask for the invite, and I'll send it to you. Why is chat blue, though? That was chat's decision.
I think it just happened that way, and chat was like, sure.
Yeah, it just happened that way. I have no idea.
It just makes sense. I don't know. Would you rather be gray?
Because you can't breathe with a binky in your mouth.
No. Oh, no, that's horrible. That's horrible. Suffocating, so it turns blue.
I have no idea. I feel like a kid on Christmas.
Yippee.
That's great.
So here, we turned the triangles into eyes just by turning this triangle into an eyelid. And then we added the rest of the irises and the pupils. And this is like one of the easiest ways to draw eyes. And then all you have to do is make sure that the eyes are about 1 eye width apart, but that's more of a stylistic choice, up to you. And then if you want to draw in perspective, then we start using the same plane, but curving it instead. Now, if this is a little bit too difficult...
Bye-bye, cat.
Bye, cat. If this is a little bit too difficult, what you can do is you can just draw a cylinder. And this is what you can start off with. And this is basically this, but without the top.
Who came up with chat? Dang.
I don't know who
I
came
bet
up with
chat knows better than us. I can't remember. That's been a thing for so long. for months and months and months.
I know.
Oh, by the way, that box with the X in it, that's just called subdividing a box.
Yes.
If you draw an X through a box, it'll find the middle point. And that works in perspective too, by the way. Mm-hmm. So if you have a foreshortened box like this, and you draw an X through it, just like, ugh. Just like this.
Fancy.
And I'll just use the straight line tool. This is actually the center point in perspective as well. It doesn't look like it, but it is. That's how it works. Miley!
Hello!
Yeah, so that's just subdividing. If y'all want a perspective lesson sometime on these more boring things, you'll hate it, but it'll be good education.
Mm-hmm. That's basically what we do on here as well. Like, an ellipse is just a box inside a square. And you can just, like, find the middle.
Wait, Miley, you're Frog, right?
Oh, wow. Colton, what do you think about this ellipse? I did that freehand.
Ooh, very nice.
Thank you. Colton's the master of ellipses. So I'm like, I'm not as good as ellipses as he is, but I think it's pretty, it's okay. So that's all I'm doing right here. And then I'm just taking this plane and just drawing it without the underside of the cylinder.
Oh, yes, it is Procreate.
So now I can just draw the same eye, but because the eye is slightly, you know, turning upwards, we see more of a curvature in the eyelid itself, and you'll actually see that the line starts stretching a little bit because we're going along the perspective.
Why do you just have that? The baby bottle? It's a Korean yogurt drink. It comes with a baby bottle. I'm glad it does.
I want it. It's a key feature.
It's so good. It's just a Korean drink that I picked up at H Mart. My baby bottle.
And you'll notice that as things get further away, things get a little bit more foreshortened, things get shorter. So this is more resembling, you know, like an eye from the front view. This is more like, you know, skewed. And the bottom lid of the eye will also be a little bit rounder because we're looking up at it. So we see more of the curvature.
Of course the bald one gets the baby bottle. Snaz, you would say that.
Of course. You know, if we draw an eye down here and we make it more downturned, we can show that perspective. So these lines right here show perspective. If you draw straight lines like this, it will look very flat. It won't look like it's going around the form. So for the eyelid, if you're drawing something that's downturned, follow that. Match that curve.
Small baby says it's oddly comforting.
It's oddly Oh, that's funny.
I agree.
And the more that you see this being turned, the more you actually see a curve. Like, it's more steeper than this one right here. This one feels flatter. This one feels a little bit more dynamic and actually has more dimension to it.
Bye-bye, Katsua.
Bye, Katsua.
And Micro's Stash, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate it.
Aw,
the 5
thank
roses,
you.
the 3 roses, and the dolphin symphony. Appreciate it. We've been good.
Here's
We've
the
been
nose.
great. Just joined at the end of the discussion about the program that didn't require a subscription. It's Procreate on the iPad. It's only on Apple stuff. It's a one-time payment, and it's one of the best drawing programs ever.
Hey,
It's so
Kiraji. Small baby. That's such a mood.
Now I need to be burped. I had told you I needed to be burped. It just came out.
Ew, I taste it.
No, quit it. Here. Wash it down. Yummy? Mm-hmm. You taste it?
So yeah, that's how you draw eyes in perspective. Eyes from a side view is really challenging because it doesn't feel like it should look like this, but it does. It's kind of like triangle. You got your eyelid up top, your bottom lid at the bottom, and you got your pupil. That will look like a side view.
What's your favorite non-spicy ramen noodles brand? Nissan Rao.
Nissan Rao.
How do you spell it? N-I-S?
N-I-S-S-I-N.
R-A-O-H.
R-A-O-H. I want to find these again. We should order some.
Yeah, we should. Why are you looking at me like
He's
that?
gonna be like, no, it's unhealthy.
Quit saying that. You're always getting food in the mail. You order it whether I want to or
Well,
not.
but those are condiments. It's not snack.
Did you see her face? She's like, we should order some. Before I even said anything. I was going to say yes.
You were? Okay, then I'll take that as a yes. You're fighting. It's cute.
We should order some. How dare you? It's so evil. No.
Oopsies.
Pixel Pony, thank you for the roses. Appreciate it. Bunch of roses.
Wow. Can you draw torso and side profile? Okay, one more tutorial. Because I like that everyone's here.
Struggle with rendering digitally. Any tips? Rendering is rendering, so it's going to operate independently of the medium you're using.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend... Well, you're going to have a lit side and a shadowed side, and then sometimes you'll have like an intermediate side. So that's kind of how
like a transition
tends to work.
side.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm drawing the side view. I'm drawing a box. Oops, sorry.
I could talk about rendering in a little bit.
Okay.
If you want.
I'll do it after the side view, and then you'll take over.
Yeah.
So what I'm drawing here is the side view of these two boxes. This box is the rib cage. This comes out. The pelvis. We see the bottom of. We see the top of. So it's kind of like alternating directions in the rib cage, and then you can draw. And this is like the main gesture generally for a side view. The neck tends to go the opposite way, so it's like like that. It's like a little Z. Then out comes your glutes and your legs, and those have alternating curves as well. So a lot of the time the figure is just a bunch of alternating curves that like go back and forth, back and forth. The back will tend to have more of an S curve, and the torso area will tend, or the front will tend to have more of a simple curve like that. How do you make your faces so symmetrical? I do guidelines. What I do is I draw a sphere or a circle. I find them. Wow, that's a really nice circle. Look at that. And then I draw the center of it.
That's pretty good.
And then I draw one side because I'm just trying to think of the most easiest thing to do like immediately after. And then once I have the side done that I like, then I use some guidelines over. So I want this point to be symmetrical, so I draw a line over.
Hey, Splick.
Hey.
Dating or just friends? We are happily married.
Happily married.
How many years? Yours?
Yours. almost 5 years now.
Yeah, like 4.5. 4.5. Moldy Jeff. I read Jeff's comment. He said heading out. And I see you later, Jeff. Francisco. Hell yeah, dude. Congrats.
Thanks.
Nice. Love these types of lives. We love you type of users.
Viewer?
Viewers.
This is the point where we kind of get a little bit loopy.
Yeah, we're getting kind of weird.
Okay, Colton, you want to take over?
Yeah, so I'm gonna grab my iPad because if you're thinking about rendering an art, it has all to do with like being easily perceived. Like you want to make things as easy to understand visually as possible.
You want to switch?
Yeah, sure, a little bit. I won't spend too long on this because we still got to do Whimsy's watercolor. But essentially, if you want to, how do I crop this thing out? Crop and resize. Am I safe to crop this out?
Yes, you are safe to crop it out.
Well, there's only like one layer.
Yeah. So
that's how Will Weston gets his canvases so big. He just draws on one layer.
And he just like...
And just extends.
Yeah. What nationality are you and Christina? Colton is completely American.
I am completely... my grandpa said I was a mutt.
Yeah. Well, there's a bit of
there's
German,
like German and
French,
all kinds of
probably.
stuff in me.
I'm just Chinese. I'm just a purebred.
I'm Americanish like
American.
Okay, so rendering. Rendering is all about, as with all art things, communication, right? If you're getting what you want across, if your viewer is understanding it, then you're good, right? So, if I'm rendering a box, if I just draw a simple box really quick.
How do you all draw babies? I'll have to go through that sometime.
If I'm drawing a box, right? I want, and I'm not using line to show this, then I have to use values, right? And so the value is going to show the shape. So this has a very specific shape to it, right?
I know.
As long as you get this shape right, the value and the color don't really matter all that much, actually. They're not as important as the shape. That's why dimensional drawing and like perspective and anatomy and drawing faces and eyes and everything is so important, because if the shape is right, I learned this from Craig Mullins, by the way. Craig Mullins is widely regarded as one of the best alive today in painting and digital art. Very high level artist. And so if the shape is correct, the value and the color don't really matter that much. However, if you want believable rendering, you know, something like this, which is a painting that I did in my rendering class, or something like this, right? This is like a wooden barbed wire thing. This is another demo. Here's stone that I painted. Here's
all in anime art
here's
school.
boba. Right, this is all in anime art school, by the way, so if you are considering getting it, I teach all of this from the very beginning. This actually isn't in the class, but I do teach stuff like this. So, this is all rendered by hand. I did this from imagination, all right? I mean, I had a reference of a controller, but it wasn't like, it was on the desk beside me in a different angle, but different lighting too. So, rendering is all about communication. So if we want a really, really simple setup, we have a box, and the basics of rendering, what we want to try and do, photographers spend a lot of time thinking about this because they deal with lighting all the time. We want a 1, 2, 3 read. 1, 2, 3. What that means is we have 1, 2, 3 sides, and we want to try to make them each a distinctly different value, or lightness and darkness. So let's make the top one nice and light. Let's make this side one kind of medium, and let's push this side to be a bit darker. This will create what is called a read, R-E-A-D. It basically means you can see the object clearly. This is true for faces, heads, composition. It's called a read, and it just means you can see it, right? It means you can see it without confusion. And so if you're drawing an anime face, if you're rendering an anime face, or if you're rendering hair, or whatever, you want to try to achieve what is called a read. And if you listen to professional artists talking, they'll go, I don't think it reads very well. Or does that read well? They'll like stand on the other side of the room and look at their artwork from far away. And it just allows you to see it small. On digital, you can just zoom out. But in traditionally, you have to like walk away from it and take some time. So that is like the number one most important thing when it comes to rendering, is you want to make sure that your read works. So let's take a look at some of these, all right? So here's some of my demos in Anime Art School. The light is directly from the top left. Here is the light direction. It's this triangle, and you can see all of my construction lines showing where the drop shadow goes, but essentially it's half lit, split at this pencil, and you've got a core shadow right here. You've got a core shadow right here. You've got a cast shadow from the top cone right here.
Ooh. We got some fancy people in here.
Oh,
John
wow.
Souter, Lisa Ali Eileen, and Jessica Reich. Honestly, those sounds like such cool names.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for the follow.
Yes. So if you're doing paintings, so for example, here's a painting that I did a long time ago, and like I don't even know, like 2017 or something, and this air balloon has a very diffused lighting, but it has a clear read. This top right side is lit, and this bottom left side is in shadow. And so capsule shape has a clear read. It's very easy to see.
Hi, Hero. And Demonic says, oh, that's what they mean by read.
Yeah, read basically just means, can you see it?
Can you see
Does it read? That's what it means.
Grid method tutorial? I don't think we do grid.
Yeah, we don't really do grid method.
That's more like if you want to go one by one, like one to one.
So what I've done is the foreground, I've pushed it into shadow completely. And so this foreground is being completely ambiently lit, which means there's no direct light hitting it. It's only secondary light from like the blue sky. And so what you have is these upward facing planes here, right, are being lit just a little bit more than the side facing planes. And so you can actually see I've got a 1, 2, 3 read on this rock, but it's all operating within a really narrow band of my value scale from white to black, right? It's like a really squished range, but it still works. And you can see that this rock has form because 1, 2, 3, right?
Like something that you taught me, Colton.
Same thing here.
Was that things like everything has their own compressed value system.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're rendering a character and a background, they'll all have their own different values that you have to like
value
be
grouping.
very kind of
Yeah.
subtle with.
Well, really high-level painters will generally talk in terms of shapes rather than subject matter. Should I learn value studies before learning color? Generally, that's a good idea because value is how you see the world and color is how you feel about it. But it's also important to do value and color studies together because color actually drives value. Red and blue are always going to be darker than yellow. So this box, if it's like this dark, if I just make this box like really dark, like this box could not be a full saturation bright yellow. It's impossible. Why? Because yellow at its peak is always bright. And so if this box were yellow, it might look something more like that, right? And if I come in here,
the value.
yeah, and if this has to do with, yeah, color affecting local value and stuff. But essentially, if I were to actually bring color into this, you could do something like, you know, maybe bring that down a little bit right there. Bring this down even more.
Demonics says, by the way, what was the name of the famous digital painter you said?
His name's Craig Mullins.
Ooh, Craig Mullins.
Right? So there's, now this dark side feels a little bit dark, so I'm probably going to pull that up just a little bit. But there you go. I've still achieved a 1, 2, 3 read on this. All right?
Looks like Minecraft.
I have 3 different values, and so you can see it clearly regardless of whether it's in black and white or color. All right? So when it comes to rendering, I could teach you how to render the primitive forms, which are like, you know.
We got 2 different reactions. Someone says cheese and another one says Minecraft.
What about block of gold?
Oh, I was thinking block of gold.
Right?
Minecraft
So we've got
ray tracing shader. It's funny.
We've got all these different primitive forms.
I want some cheese.
Right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. What's missing? The sphere. You know, let's just do this. The sphere.
Pyramid?
Or how about this? Yeah, we could do a pyramid if we want. So, notice something about these forms, all right? There's this, and then let's just say there's like a ribbon as well.
You might need to zoom out for people.
So notice something about these forms, all right? Let's count the sides of them. This one has 3 sides. This one has, look at that, basically 1 side. Mm-hmm. 2, 2, 1, 2, and this one, let's just say 1, 2, 3, because we'll just count each side. This is really important. Remember what I said about you want a 1, 2, 3 read? Not every one of these forms has 3 sides. So it means that some of these forms are going to be harder to make it make sense to your brain than others. The cube, really easy. The cone, kind of difficult. The cylinder, kind of difficult.
That's why you use core shadows and stuff later.
Yeah, the triangular prism, kind of difficult. So how do we combat this? Well, core shadow. We got a core shadow.
Ooh, soft edge.
And so look at this. We now have 1, 2, 3 distinct sides, distinct values that we can play with. This one right here, core shadow, and the shaded side. This one now has 2. Still less than 3, but 2. Now think about this. What if I drew this upside down? Now we've got 3, right? So these are the things that you have to play with in order to get it to work. A sphere, you could do a core shadow, right? You could do something like this. And so you kind of have 2 sides. Now that introduces the idea of a turning edge. And a turning edge kind of acts like a pretend extra side.
Yeah.
And so if you put a turning edge on this cylinder, it'll actually feel more dimensional. See that? How I just added that little line there and it just made the cylinder kind of feel more dimensional. That's kind of a little hack that you can use to make your drawings feel more dimensional. And so basically when a surface curves away from you, like, let's just say like this, you can actually add something called a turning edge. And it's like a little line. And I don't know why it works, but it
just works
to roll the form away from you.
Like, I'm trying to find examples. Like right here, for example. It's pretty good, I think.
Not really. That's more like rim lighting.
Yeah, hold up. Let me try.
So anyways, now the more sides that a shape has or a form has, the more dimensional it will feel, the closer to you it will feel. Not really. I mean, a core shadow and bounce light, what this really is it's just mimicking.
This is nice though.
It's just mimicking like bounce light and stuff. Like it's kind of just, see, if you want to render something like this, you're going to get this core shadow, you're going to get the shadowed side, you're going to see the back of it right here, and then you might get a little bit of a turning edge there. But anyways, so these are all different rendering principles, right? 1, 2. So it's going to be much harder to make this form feel good in rendering than it would be to make this form feel good in rendering. So if we just did something like this,
you need to move it over a little
that's
bit.
got a 1, 2, 3 read to it. This doesn't. And really, no matter what I do to this, I can't really achieve a 1, 2, 3 read. So I might actually cast a cast shadow over it or something,
or
from like a cylinder, right? And I might add a gradient to it in order to make it feel a little bit better. But other than that, you just kind of have to play with stuff. So anyways, whoever asked about rendering, that's like a lot to chew on for right now. This dude worked on Halo and a bunch of Assassin's Creed games. Yeah, he didn't just work on them. He was like the guiding light for the team. He's so good. Craig Mullins is so insanely good. He's widely regarded as one of, if not the best digital artists and designers to like have ever lived. He's so good. He's super, super famous. He actually has a course on Colosso as well.
There's a turning edge.
Let's see it. Yeah, that kind of acts. They've used this bone right here, this shin bone. Was that the tibia?
Yeah.
As the turning edge right here. It looks like it's so easy, but in reality it's so hard. Yeah, it's why it looks like a magic trick.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a magic trick.
Can you show how the ribbon would be?
The ribbon?
Yeah. How
this one right here?
Ribbon, yeah.
It really depends on your light source. Like if I want to put my light source coming in from this direction, I'd put a turning edge. This shadow, this side would be in shadow for sure. And then you'd probably get like...
Ribbons are compound cylinders.
Yeah, ribbons are just cylinders connected together. So if I draw a cylinder like this, and I draw another cylinder like this, what cylinders have is they've got a core shadow, a shaded side, a turning edge, a core shadow, a shaded side. And so what you do when you get a ribbon, let me make my brush a little bit smaller, is you essentially get the same thing.
I feel the same way, Ola. They said drawing might be hard, but it's very fun to learn new things.
Oh yeah. Core shadow, turning edge, core shadow, turning edge, shaded side,
blueberry, hello.
Shaded side. And what you actually get is when this swoops back up, you're going to get a second core in here. Another core right there. And so then this is going to swoop out.
It's so satisfying seeing you do that. It's like a puzzle.
And then there's a rendered cylinder or a rendered ribbon that's like metallic. But like all you would do to make this not metallic is you would lower the contrast of this stuff, right? Like you would lower the contrast of this stuff and push it a little bit less contrasty. I render it metallic because it's easier to see. But if you want to make this not metallic, you basically just lower the contrast.
Welcome back, Della.
To make these look a little bit less like reflections and more like just a core shadow.
So, Geo6, is that how they say it? How do you say it? I hate drawing and coloring sometimes, but rendering's alright.
Yeah, rendering. I like rendering.
Well, I would
Rendering's a lot of fun.
Like, drawing and coloring kind of goes into rendering as well.
Yeah.
If you know how to render, you'll know how to color.
Yeah. So examples of some of my rendering, I did actually some weapon design for Guild Wars, and these are not the weapons, but these are similar to the weapons because the work is NDA and I can't show it. But a lot of stuff like this. So this is like rendering different materials and weapons. Like this is all just cylinders, right? Cylinders
That are reflective.
in metal, right? Different surfaces and stuff.
I love that axe.
You like the axe?
Yeah, I think that one's my favorite.
Yeah. Shield, some sort of a staff, right? It also works when it comes to like this kind of stuff, right? Rendering materials, stuff like that. So this is all hand painted. A lot of metal rendering simulator. Funny enough, I also worked on Bakugan cards, and Bakugan, like, what are they called? Monsters?
I don't know.
I never played Bakugan. I just did some cards, but it's all metal rendering. So I tend to render things very metallic just based on the jobs that I've worked on. But like, here's another thing that I painted. This was back in 2016. But this is all rendering. This is all done by hand. So it's just basic cubes and blocks and stuff. And
a bit of texture. Do you guys play games like World of Warcraft or Guild Wars 2? I don't play any
nope,
games like that.
I don't really play very many games. So here's actually an assignment from Anime Art School. So this is actually an assignment where I go through and piece by piece build this room, put a light in it, and then render the entire thing by hand with color live. So this is actually in the rendering class. And this is actually all from the rendering class as well. This, that, all of this stuff. I teach you how to do everything from the very, very beginning, like the first line. Mm-hmm. What does rendering even actually mean? No, that's a really good question.
That's a good question.
Rendering, as far as it's used in like the industry that I'm in, is basically as form, showing form, right? Showing
that question.
Form as it goes away from the light. So if I have a light source, showing that transitionary form as it goes around, because with painting is actually the goal of painting for a lot of people is to do the most work with the least amount of brush strokes. So painting a face, painting a figure, and trying to really, it's called brush economy, and it basically is when you use each brush stroke to its maximum effect. With rendering, the goal is to show every single transitionary form, every single little detail and crack and crevice and stuff. So it's kind of like working something until there's nothing left to do. Yeah, like you might call it like hyper realism or something, kind of that concept.
In that direction.
So this is rendering. Why? Because I'm showing everything, right? I'm showing everything.
You're not leaving anything to the imagination.
Yeah, but for example, let's see. Let me try to find like a painting or something.
Hi, Michi. Can you make a hair tutorial after this? I think we'll be done with tutorials after Colton because we still got to do a watercolor painting.
Like this is a painting, and I really simplified the shapes in here. I really designed every one of these shapes. I've like designed the shape, and I've specifically figured out, like I didn't render this snow. It's just a little shape of blue.
But it looks like snow.
Yeah, but it looks like snow because of context and everything. So rendering and painting, like this is a painting. Like this is a painting I did a long time ago. And the goal with this was to use as simple shapes as possible. Like you can see I've used really simple shapes in the hair. I've used really simple brush strokes. Like this highlight is one brush stroke. The eye is just made up of a couple simple brush strokes. Like this is a stroke, that's a stroke, that's a stroke. I didn't render the face at all.
Hi, Rohan. And hello, Alana.
Right? Look at the neck and the shoulder. Like those are really simple brush strokes.
Graphical shapes.
So that's not rendering. But that's like the industrial design definition of rendering.
Well, I don't blame you because a lot of people, when they say, oh, now it's time to render, they just add like little details. But it's not really rendering. It's just adding sparkles.
Yeah, don't quote me on it. That's how I use the word rendering. I'm sure there's like a very specific rendering definition that would be like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. But other than that, So yeah, that's my little lesson on rendering. If you want to learn more of this kind of stuff, like I said, if you get Anime Art School, I have an entire class on it.
And he teaches it very well. He teaches it to the point where you can just be basically a rendering master by the end. Well, you make it very easy to understand.
So you're gonna do your watercolor?
Yes, I am.
Whimsy.
I'm so excited.
Wander palette. Is that your username?
If you want, you can send me or DM me. Actually, do I have
it's
it
already
here?
in. It's already
where
in
is
the.
it? Oh, okay.
It's in the server here, all the way down in anime. Off topic.
Okay.
Right
Awesome. Yay! I'm so excited to work on this one. All right.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Okay, I guess we'll put these to the
Yeah,
side.
she pulled it up. Yippee! Hold up. Mickey. So this is what's gonna basically get made.
Yep.
Ooh, look at this one.
My baby Ray.
Oh yes.
Ita.
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to promote Ray more, but I want to do it in a different way than how Colton does it.
Excuse me, if you wouldn't mind, could you please make fan art of Ray?
Please, she's really pretty and she's really cool and I like her and I hope that you like her too.
It's like that. I feel more comfortable doing that, but I don't. But now I sound like a baby. That's just begging.
Ziva, hello. Rohan, hello.
All right. I need my pen.
Ooh, nice, Aaliyah. Good hunt. Yeah, I didn't read any of the chats while I was doing my lesson. I found his art station. His website, Demonics, by the way, Craig Mullins, is like goodbrush.com.
Good brush.
A lot of his work is on there. The
How do
guy's
I
a
draw a
legend.
masculine man full body? I'll probably make a video on that. We actually do have some tutorials. Well, we actually have more tutorials on partial body than the full body, but there are definitely things. We definitely cover that sometimes. Let me think how I'm going to do this one. Okay. I think I'm going to do more of a front view. I think I made the head too small. Crap. That's more like it. So by the way, this promotion is ending end of this week because this is the last week of February. So if you want to get a watercolor, this is the last week to get it. You can get our Anime Art School. Pin the comment.
Huh? They go live on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Feel free to come back and ask questions again in other streams. Yes, thank you, Dahlia. Yeah, we do stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if you are interested in the 12-hour stream, we'll be going live for 12 hours straight.
Yes.
This Friday. So show up, hang out. It's going to be super awesome. Mark your calendars. It's going to start at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And it's going to go all the way to 10 p.m. Pacific time. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Why 12 hours? Because
Why not?
well, we're doing a we're showcasing the Secret Santa challenge artwork, and we love doing 12-hour streams. It's fun.
Someone asking about art block. Oh, I should order some of that Nissan Raw now that I got the yes.
Yeah, it is good stuff.
That's good stuff. I'm so excited to get some. How do you draw curly hair? We do have quite a lot of curly hair tutorials on our TikTok, so you can actually check out some of those videos. I think some of them will have how to draw curly hair on the video. I'm actually experiencing art block right now. How do I get out of it?
I'll zap it from your brain.
I wish we could. I think that depends on like what are you feeling stuck about. I'd say diagnose. Like, oh, when I do this, oh, I feel this. Or it's like, oh, I just don't feel motivated. Maybe because, oh, like the art isn't turning out the way I want it to, or some other things. Like sometimes it's more just about Like maybe you're just too stressed and you don't feel like drawing, but you want to draw at the same time. So maybe sometimes it's just take a break. There's multiple reasons why a lot of people get art block, and it's not always one answer. So I'd say, you know, diagnose it. That sounds like a mental thing, but it kind of is. It's about how your relationship with art is like. Make it very deep. I typically don't have that much art block because I always have a lot of things to draw because I like drawing characters and stories, and if I can draw that, then I'm happy. Some people just have no ideas yet because maybe they're not used to drawing different things, and so they're like, I'm just sick of drawing the same thing all the time. So maybe their idea or the way that would help them most is to just draw different things from reference. That might help as well. I think I might give her kind of like a doll-y, like Lolita type dress, because I'm in the mood for that. Maybe I'll put some roses. I want it to be very purple.
Boom, boom, boom.
I need to try not to sweat, make my hands sweat too much or I'm going to warp the paper.
Is it me or is he drinking a bottle? It's you. No, I'm kidding. This delectable juice is a Korean mango flavored yogurt drink, and it comes like this. It is the most delicious, fantastic stuff in the history of mankind. It's absolutely wonderful. I only have 2 left, and they're at a store like 40 minutes away, so I ain't doing all that.
Sometimes I ask ChatGPT to give me a prompt. Honestly, that's a really good idea.
So good. Will the Secret Admirer review be later in the stream? I'm going to be at school for the first 5 hours. Yes, we're planning on doing it much later in the stream.
Yep.
And the submissions will be opening up 24 hours before the stream happens. Hello, I am 19. I want to make animation show within 3 episodes. By myself, I didn't work before, but it's my hobby and dream. Can I do it by myself? Absolutely. If you apply yourself to it and you
schedule it and you plan it, then yes. It's definitely hard to do things by yourself, though. That's why a lot of people have a team. But sometimes you are a one-man army, and sometimes, I mean, it's definitely possible. So yeah, just try it out. Try it out.
There we go. Sorry, I was
popping a pimple?
No, I was taking off a piece of a toenail.
Oh.
A little, like, piece that was hanging off.
Oh.
Now comes the chill part of the stream.
Yeah.
Now comes the part where chat tries to get me onto some rambling conversation thing.
Hopefully you guys like the chill parts of the stream. So far, so good. How do you do... Hey, bro, how do you do your hair? He uses a pit bull thingy. What's it called?
Yeah, it's called a pit bull. They work really well. I've actually forgot to use it the last couple days. Need to know it's very shiny. Is it?
Well, your skin is very shiny. I think you should ask how he gets his skin so nice and soft and
yeah, I
shiny.
go and I go and I do head spins on the carpet and it buffs my head. Indubitably amazing art teachers. Thank you, Aaliyah Goodhunt.
Aw, thank you.
Trying out different lighting angles since I've been using the same thing all the time. Awesome! Super happy to hear that. There are actually, funny enough, in anime art school, there's a bunch of different head lighting angles.
There
right?
there is a lot.
Yeah, she actually teaches lighting heads from a whole bunch of different angles in our anime art school. I'm telling you, the school has literally like everything.
Let me think of how to position the hands. I'm so excited to do her hair too. Maybe I'll have some hair in the front. Maybe I'll have it kind of curled. We gave me a lot of ideas now when you said it's based off of a doll, and I'm like, I have to make a doll aesthetic kind of thing. So now I'm kind of going crazy.
Oh my gosh. That
What?
piece with Jake is
It's
really
so
good.
good.
Yeah, really nice
so
work.
good. Ooh,
And
Mickey.
Kimi.
Ooh, let me see.
Yippee.
Ooh,
I
that's
love it.
cute. Duffy's bowling ball polisher. Reduced
yeah.
carpet burn. Oh, that was really funny for me. Let me think.
Polishes it. I'm trying the different, yeah, and where does your art go? Runs away with it. The word indubitably will indubitably come to death of me for real. Yeah. Indubitably. Oh yeah. Any tips for drawing ruffles?
Lots of cylinders. Lots of waviness, and show the pipe fold. Show
Yeah.
the cylindrical form of the fold, and where it originates from, and then you're
Yeah.
good.
Ruffles are like a manufactured fold. So there's like a strip of fabric, and one end of it gets compressed together, and the other end has nowhere else to go but flare out in a S curve type way. It's like a really short forced pipe fold. Save me from Tori, Tombin says.
Uh-oh.
I'm here too, she says. You're normally on the red and white app.
Okay, I am ready to line, and I'm so excited. This is probably going to be something that I'm going to be really enjoying. I need to add more. I need to add more flow. Okay, there we go. All right, now it's time to do some line work. Oh, I got to throw this thing away because it's got yogurt on it. BRB. So curry tonight, Colton, for you?
Yeah.
Yummy.
What? Oh my goodness, did you just say we're gonna have curry tonight?
Yeah. I sure did.
My mouth is watering now. Yeah, pork belly. Oh, I just kicked the camera. Pork belly and curry. Sign me up. Is this the curry? Is this the pork belly?
This is the pork belly.
Pork belly curry, yeah. You're telling me. I'm hyped. I am hyped. By the way, who here on the stream is new? First time tuning in, or second time. I'll allow it for the second time. Anybody? Give me a shout out. I'll give you a shout out. I'm new. Tombin, get out of here. You're not new. Bridget, hello.
Hello.
This is the point where all the regulars say me.
Me.
Me, jail. What is this? Who is that? Lillian. Awesome. PP. Hello. A worm in Caleb's apple. Second time. Awesome. Stuff maybe. Stuff maybe. Your profile picture is literally my head. There's no way this is your second time here. Awesome. Yep, Lillian. Tombin's not new. Tori's not new. V, not new. Mina Hal. Hello. Marmalade Gal.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
a very nice
such a
name.
good name. I love that.
Moonlight plays, not me. I always say, do not fear, or Luna, for Luna is here.
Oh, that's cute.
Bridget Tegan. Hello. Draft. Snaz, mate. I might. Nico. Me. Okay. Would you guys ever consider making an anime? Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yes. I would love to.
I don't need help anymore, thank. Second or third time for me. Awesome. Rose Sketches. Love the outfit. Looks like from Infinite Nikki game.
Ah, Infinite Nikki. I played that a few
It's
times.
like third or fourth for me, but it's my second time chatting here. Awesome. We love it.
Oh, yay.
Nashi. MC, hello. Ginny, first month here. Awesome.
I'm taking inspiration from Rose and Maiden.
Can't hear you guys because my dad is mowing.
Aww.
All good. Zell, hello. Oh, Bridget, Nico, Persassy, thank you for the follows. Are you on YT? Yes, we are. We're live there right now. Same name, Draw Anime Academy. You can get actually a much bigger view of this on the YT channel.
Yes, you can.
It's not cropped on YT, so it's much wider. I loved the designs in Rose and Maiden. OMG.
Yay! Who said that?
Salem.
Salem. Thank you for finally saying
Maddie B,
that.
thank you for the follow.
I'm like, oh, is no one a fan of Rose and Maiden here? But, oh my gosh, that story was fantastic. At least I really like, my bias is Speaking Toe. That is my bias.
Fifth time here. I'm from Europe, so it's always 1 a.m. when I catch your streams.
Oh. I used to make my own doll drawings just like this, and so that's why this is giving me a bunch of happiness.
Hi, woo.
Hi.
Do you always draw the eyebrows even with thick bangs? Huh?
No, not always. Depends on the eyebrow shape. This is very thin bangs.
Yeah, it's pretty thin bangs. Super cute. Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited to
Yas.
color this one. I'm like fangirling.
Yippee, someone's OC is being drawn. Hey, Danny Draws.
Hey, Danny Draws.
Danny Draws. You coming to the 12-hour stream on Friday? I think you probably already said the answer the other day. Yes. Awesome.
We got such loyal followers.
Do.
Isn't she looking so cute?
Absolutely. This OC is so cute, Lindsay says.
I know. I was so excited, especially the purple.
I have a question. I feel like I'm good on digital, but on traditional, I suck. Any tips? Just practice. Just draw more. It happens. Like, you're usually better at what you're more used to, and just put in more time. Mm-hmm. That's all it really is. Just needs time to get used to it.
It's not you.
See it colored? I know, me too. Me 3. Me 12. Wow, pretty.
I'm so excited to do the hair. It's gonna be so much fun. This is my jam. This is like my peak.
I can't compete to be there the longest because it starts an hour before I get out of school. Ooh.
Who said that?
Stuff, maybe. Will the 12-hour be saved on YT in case? Yes. The 12-hour will be there. However, YT streams can only be 12 hours long, so usually they cut it to like 11 hours and 55 minutes. I don't know why, so the last 5 minutes might be forever lost on the YT channel.
I always thought that they just started a new stream.
No, people can end the stream and then start a new one.
Oh, okay.
But with such little time left, I never bothered because it'd just be like a 5-minute long stream of us saying bye.
Yeah, that's true.
I can compete for the longest, but I don't really care. I'm okay if I lose. Very, very nice, Dahlia. You're too nice. You're too kind. You need to make the other members work for the longest time. Keep them on their toes. Just give the crazy lore in the last 5 minutes.
Just give the crazy lore in the last 5 minutes, yeah. And only the people from the last few minutes will know. See, this is where the line exercises come into play. Doing those S curves. Dude, look how nice these lines are, Colton.
Wow. Very nice.
Thank you.
Lore drop would be crazy.
What kind of lore drop?
I don't even, at this point, I don't even know. Oh, yeah, I was supposed to do that.
Alright. How are you liking this so far, Whimsy? Do you have any tips to draw hair? I'm drawing hair that looks flat. Add a lot of overlaps and really show the form of the hair. Show where the direction's going. You'll notice that in a lot of hair like this, I'll add like overlaps, like, okay, this strand is overlapping this strand, and so that automatically gives it depth. Love it. Awesome. I'm having a lot of fun.
I was there for the Miki lore drop last time.
Oh, yeah. Ruffles also come in a lot of shapes and sizes. Sometimes they're a little bit flatter, sometimes they're a little bit rounder.
Whose OC is this? This is Whimsy Wander Palettes.
Yeah. I'm adding a bit more of my flair, though. This is the original design, and I'm like, I am so inspired by looking at this.
Oh,
so
I know. Love it.
I couldn't help but...
Wow, so you're doing like a nice, fluffy, ruffly dress.
Yeah, I am.
Wonderfoil.
This is what I want, like, our ball jointed dolls to look like.
Yeah, I can't wait to start making those.
I love adding... I want the ruffles stuff so bad.
I knew it, bruh. Whimsy sounds like my name. I always think you're saying my name.
Huh?
Whimsy?
Oh, Whimsy,
yeah.
Lindsay. Yeah, I get that.
Doll clothes making party. That would be sick.
I know. That'd be so cool.
Oh my goodness. I got a little baby bottle left.
Oh, it's gone.
Rip.
Call back to the original design.
Should I buy a graphics tablet with a screen or without screen? So, professionally speaking, I would say it's about 50-50. There's a lot of professionals out there who use no screen, and there's a lot of professionals out there who do use screens. I worked professionally for years without one, just like an Intuos style, no screen. A lot of beginners think that, so a lot of beginners will start without a screen, and they'll think that the secret to being able to draw better must be, oh my gosh, if I got one with a screen, then I'd get better. Not really true. In fact, a lot of people prefer non-screen because your hand doesn't block anything. But there is a learning curve because you have to get used to drawing and it coming out in front of you instead. So it really doesn't matter. It's totally personal preference. I just don't want you to fall into the trap of thinking if you get one without a screen that it must be so much easier with a screen. It's really not.
You get used to it.
Yeah, you get used to it.
And it feels really good too. Some of the I haven't used my Intuos tablet in a while, the one without the screen, and when I used it again, I was like, man, this feels really good.
They feel really good.
I have a lot of good grit.
What is this? Why did I see my name pop up in chat? I saw Christina's first fan art of Miki on stream. Tori, the artist, and soon will be my time to make my first Miki fan art. Colton will love that. I'm very aware of that. I'll make it extra better for Colton.
Aww,
let's go.
So sweet.
My drawing got worse when I went digital, basically had to relearn. Yeah, I mean, all of your foundational skills will transfer, but your hand-eye coordination and software stuff will take a bit of a hit until you get used to it again.
You know
But
what's
like,
funny?
there's people who work professionally as artists and they've never tried digital, and they pick up digital within like 3 or 4 weeks, and they're already working professionally. What's up?
Crap, did I make the neck? It's not that noticeable. It's fine. I was gonna say, when I'm working on personal art for myself on this traditional one, like I tend to get more nervous. But with these ones, I'm like on it. I don't know what it is.
Buying new nibs for my Wacom, I have no screen. I love the Intuo styles.
They're cool.
I love the Intuo styles. Might be doing live class homework in Flagstaff next week, but I will get it done. Awesome. Dahlia, honestly,
yeah.
You've been killing it.
Yeah, you can. You deserve a bit of a break.
You are an icon, an idol, what is the word?
A legend?
No, like someone that somebody else looks up to. Chat,
an idol?
help me out. You're a
Superstar?
I don't know, I can't think of the word. Role model? Yes, that's a good one. Like a legendary role model for the other people in the chat. Not in the chat, in the class. An idol, the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Role model. Inspiration. I think inspiration was the word I was trying to figure out.
Your beacon of light.
You're a beacon of hope in the darkness for the other students in the class. Every single week, I'm just like, no matter what very specific people do not get their homework done that I will not name here, Dahlia always coming in clutch. Just like awesome. And I'm telling you, that is going to come back to reward you later. Like, you're going to be so much better at drawing. Like, you've already improved a ton, but that's how you improve. It's just the consistency. Consistently showing up. You remember that in Hope Core TikTok video where it's just like, I'm very consistent. Consistently sleeping in, consistently not showing up for work, consistently blah, blah, blah.
I think you're just seeing the negative. No, I just like to see the positive in things.
Have you seen that TikTok, everybody? Miley, are you still here? I've seen it. I love that TikTok. It's so funny. It was so inspirational.
It made me feel better about my bad habits.
If there's one thing, we've got consistency and...
Sleeping in? I'm kidding.
Not doing what we're supposed to consistently. Oh, no. Heh.
Heh.
In my defense, I missed homework, was all unforeseen. I actually wasn't talking about you at all, Stardust. You've been doing great. I just try. I like to give certain people a hard time, but everybody's been doing very good, and I really appreciate that everybody's been showing up as well. That's awesome. My 5-minute figures are turning out better than I thought.
That's awesome.
So the thing about the 5 minutes, right? The thing about the 5-minute figure drawings that's so good is you need to do a bunch of them. You need to do a lot of quantity because you have to retrain your brain to only focus on the most important parts of figure drawing, which is that third, and third, right? The proportional setup, the simple 2D shapes, and then the volumes. Proportion, shapes, volume. Proportion, shapes, volume. And you have to do that over and over and over and over and over. And if you don't give yourself time to get distracted with other stuff, it eventually retrains your brain and you'll get way faster at figure drawing. So I used to think when I was taking figure drawing, oh my gosh, there's no way I can draw a figure in 5 minutes. You're not supposed to draw the figure in 5 minutes. You're just supposed to do only those essential things in 5 minutes and then move on to the next one because it's all about repetition and quantity. So it used to be like, how the heck does the teacher think I can do a whole figure in 5 minutes? I can't draw anything. What the heck? It's not about that. It's actually an assignment to force yourself to not get bogged down in the details, but only focus on that proportion, 2D shapes, volume.
This is looking so good. Okay.
Most of my figures are like 1.5 minute figures. A lot of the time I'll do 1.5-minute figures to warm up during the day. Although I haven't been doing a lot of figure drawing lately. We've been pretty busy with stuff. Awesome. Yeah, I've been doing the third thing, and it's really helpful. Yeah. I was looking through Discord OCs. Is Ray your OC?
Yes, she is my OC. She's my baby.
What Colton taught during my critique helped so much. Awesome. Yeah, Christina and I were talking a little bit about critiques, and one thing that teachers that we've had in the past do is they kind of use each person's critique to talk about a little bit of a different thing. So Dahlia, like your critique, I talked about constructing poses and those 3 main things. So we're going to use critiques to talk about different things. So each person's kind of going to have like a couple different points that we cover. And if we've already covered those points in someone's critique previously, we're probably not going to cover it again. Otherwise, it's just going to be, every person's critique is almost going to be the same.
Yeah. I need some of that shuttle.
This stuff?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Shuttle.
Oh my gosh, guys. Art hall. Art hall.
Okay.
All right, this.
Now things are going to get a little bit messy. But I've been being a lot more organized with where my markers go. Okay, I don't need this.
There's that.
I need this purple level.
Can I post a photo of the actual doll in the Discord? Absolutely.
Yes, I'd love to see her.
Yeah. Just post it. Post it in the same channel after your OC. I think it'll be pretty easy to find. You can also post it in I don't know, crafts if you want. It don't really matter. I don't really care what channel you post it in. Perfect. It doesn't. It's all good.
This color literally couldn't be more perfect for this character.
That's in Art School Off Topic channel. So cute. I absolutely love that character.
I know, it's so good.
Hey, it was nice of Juicy Drip to show up.
Yeah, Juicy Drip. It's been a long time since we've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want the roses to be this color too, so I'm just gonna paint over the line work for
Then
this.
what's the character's name? The character's name is Chitose.
Chitose.
What would you say to someone who's trying to learn to draw bodies / different poses? Like advice for how to learn it? Just follow a good process. Like learn the basics of the human proportion and then start pushing out and messing with proportions, making bodies wider, taller, messing with proportions. That's actually exactly what we teach in our character drawing book too.
Mm-hmm.
But basic human figures, to start. Poses, volumes, like figure drawing. That's like if you're an animator or if you're a character designer and you're going into even something like Disney or DreamWorks or something really stylized, they all learn proper figure drawing and then they start pushing away from it.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone who's in the professional art industry that just learned just through like only style alone. Like they just copied a bunch of styles and got professional.
They're all professionally trained.
Yeah, they're all professionally trained.
Like stick figures with shapes, like a good figure drawing process, like you would learn in a professional class. If you take like a figure drawing class or a life drawing class, they're generally going to teach you a process to drawing human figures. You can check out Michael Hampton's channel on YT. He has some really good stuff. We have a figure drawing class in our anime art school as well, if you're interested in that. Mm-hmm. We teach it on stream a lot, so if you want to come back as well, you could ask about it on another stream and we'll go into more depth on it. What's the difference between gesture and figure drawing? So gesture drawing are usually short, timed drawings where you focus primarily on expressing the essence of a pose. Figure drawing is a drawing that focuses on the entire human figure from top to bottom. So gesture drawing specifically is like, am I capturing what this person is doing? Do I get the vibe of the pose? Do I get the feel? There's anything from like 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, 90-second gesture drawings, maybe even like 3 minutes. And then figure drawing is like focusing on constructing and drawing the human figure. You can go hours and hours and hours with a single figure drawing, or you could just do a couple minutes. Acrylic markers brand. This is actually the Shuttle Art ones.
Yep. I'm using a mixture of Escrowise. Let me get it. Escrowise, right here. Can they see that?
Yeah, they can. Right
And Shuttle Art. And they're both very good.
Do you think doing gesture drawing digitally is effective? Any practice is effective for the most part. I don't think either really matters that much. Like, you know, I know there's a bunch of people who are pretty diehard for traditional. Like, I think the most effective is going to a life drawing class using an overhand grip and drawing using like a drawing board or a easel in front of you from a live model. That's probably going to be your most effective way to learn gesture and figure drawing. But most people don't have the resources or time to do that. So even just doing short timed poses digitally or on your iPad or just using a sketchbook works really well. Ooh, posted a photo of the doll in crafts. Let's go, crafts.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Love that. Oh, that's so pretty.
Oh, I love it.
Ooh, I love the hair.
I know, the hair's so cool.
That's so nice. Pretty.
I think a lot of people, when they use acrylic markers or just painting in general, they get scared if they like erase out the line work. But something that I learned a lot from a teacher named Bob Cotto is painting is just drawing over and over again. It's just you're just using bigger shapes to draw. Yeah. So it's like there's no difference.
Painting and drawing are very similar.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use that blue.
Do you have any other recommendations to help with proportions, because doing all the lines don't work for me? I'm not sure exactly what you mean.
Like doing the measurements?
You just got to do it over and over and over. Don't expect it to turn out within like the first, I don't know, couple hundred times at least. It's repetition.
It's all repetition.
You know if your art class will be available in, say, 2 or 3 years? Yeah, I mean, definitely expect it to. We'll absolutely have a lot of other stuff out at that point, too. We're continually building. Mm-hmm. But yeah, for sure. We definitely expect it to be up in 2 or 3 years. So many good crafts, so little money to invest in them, Tori says.
Yep.
Sadly. Tips for poses?
Do a lot of poses. If you struggle with poses, I would say do a lot of 1-minute poses, because that will help you with forcing you to draw a lot faster, but it'll force you to go into a process. So like I would say learn a process with drawing poses, you know, whether that be gesture or whatever, finding gesture S curves and stuff, and then do a bunch of timed poses. Just do a lot.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to move on to the hair this time.
We have a lot of really good tips for posing in our book 2 as well.
Yeah.
Like how to use counter shape, how to use contrapposto, thinking of the overall flow. We could cover it on stream sometime.
Yeah.
What do I draw when I have no inspiration? When I have no inspiration, I start thinking up stories and interactions between characters.
My favorite part.
I did like 10% of my homework last week, haha. Yeah, but you're not on our radar. Dingy coming to the VC during class was funny. Yeah! Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
When you're
What?
in the middle of teaching class, Dingy was in the
Oh my gosh.
in the main server in the voice chat.
Oh, that's funny.
I went in there and called her out.
That's really funny.
I'm still paying attention. Dingy's funny. Dingy, are you here today? Where are you? She was watching me draw. That's so funny. Hey, the way I see it is, you guys paid us to teach you. If you guys want to blow off your classes,
That ain't us.
I'm not gonna be mad about it. Like,
Nope.
you're the ones who are throwing your money away in the trash. We're fulfilling our end of the bargain by teaching, assigning homework, and critiquing it. If you don't want to pay attention, I mean, it doesn't offend me. Totally fine. Yeah, I've watched a bunch of tutorials for proportion basics, but I just don't get it. IDK. Just draw more.
Draw more. It's not a thing that where you like once you get it, you get it. It's just through a lot of repetition.
And everybody shamed Dingy in the chat too.
Oh, I didn't even know
I think
that.
that Kritz was there, Tori was there, and they're like, "OMG."
You're supposed to be in class.
That's funny. I am putting my all into this class. It is super important to me. Oh yeah, you can tell. Binge watching series. Nice. What brand of paper and watercolor are you using?
I'm using Arches hot pressed watercolor paper, and the watercolor that I'm using right now is Art Pop.
Traditional. I'll just chuck this as the new TikTok like thing. Art Pop watercolor. So what colors do you tend to use the most?
For skin color, I tend to use the burnt sienna, which is
You kind of use like a yellow, but warm it up a little.
yeah. I
And it's
use this,
very-
and I use this alizarin crimson
Yeah,
to
that
get
seems
this kind of
pretty
like
good.
more rosier tone.
Yeah.
In fact, this is a bit too pink.
But you definitely would use different colors depending on the tone of the skin and the shadow.
Yes. Like if I'm going to be going for more of like a dark skin character,
Yeah.
I need to spread this color out more so it's even. I would tend to use like a burnt umber.
Yeah. Skin, it actually doesn't matter what color skin is. Skin looks like skin because of the way you render it.
Yeah.
The way the light and shadows interact with each other. You can make skin any color you want. Blue,
Oh, yeah.
purple, pink, yellow, anything. Like, literally.
Literally.
Any color you want.
Okay, so I am going to go. Should I go for more of a cream colored white?
What was the watercolor? Art Pop.
Art Pop. I think I'll just go-
ARTPOP.
ARTP.
Is it a 24 pan set?
It looks like it.
1, 2, 3. I can't count that high.
I can't. Who says that? Who would say that?
Me? Because I can't. Even rainbow skin, yeah.
Even rainbow skin. Yep, iridescent skin. It's possible.
It's the way that the light interacts with the material. Skin has a very specific material properties because it has subsurface scattering. So no matter what color you make skin, you can make it look like skin because of the interaction with the light and the shadows. I love the bow. My drawings always look so flat. You'll definitely be learning about that in the school.
Oh yeah.
Was Colton a band kid, only able to count to 4? I was a band kid.
You were a band kid?
Dahlia says.
Oh.
Have you ever drawn a girl in a garter belt? Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. It be.
Yeah, that's the one I want.
Hello, what sketchbook will be best for me? Your opinion. It depends on what medium you're drawing with.
What do you plan to draw with? Is it just sketching?
There's sketchbooks for ink. There's sketchbooks for pencil and graphite. There's sketchbooks that it just depends on your preferences. I would go to an art store or just look up online and ask about like what sketchbooks or what weight of paper is good for different reasons. Sketches for markers and regular pencil. What kind of markers? Like alcohol marker? Are they like acrylic markers? Watercolor markers? Probably not the right people to ask because we don't do that much traditional alcohol markers.
I think for just regular sketching, just find a regular sketchbook. Like, you don't need something super expensive for sketching. Sometimes just the cheapest one is good. Because I feel like cheaper sketchbooks are not as scary to draw on. If you get a very expensive sketchbook, you're going to be like, oh crap, I don't want to mess the sketchbook up. I would definitely not do watercolor sketchbooks because you're not going to do watercolor on them. Unless you want to. Then
Mixed media is pretty good.
Mixed media is pretty good.
We haven't even gone over clothing yet in class, but I feel like I've improved with drawing clothes. Oh yeah,
Oh
if you
my
get better at
gosh.
bodies,
Yeah.
you're going to be better at clothes.
Yes.
Because as you get better at bodies, you get better at drawing the volumes of the body. And so you're starting to think in terms of 3D rather than 2D. And so you're going, this wraps around the arm, this wraps around the torso. So yeah, you're probably going to see improvement with clothing already. Everything's interconnected. You get better at one thing, it's going to transfer over to other things. And you're also building a lot of mileage. So just as you draw more, you're just going to get better and better. That's why the consistency is so important.
Some markers just have different shades of colors that I like, so I'm like, I like this one. Try not to. This is almost done. I just gotta add more detail to the hair later and add in the eyes.
How do you guys deal with art block?
Stories.
Stories. I like making stories.
I'm making stories because it's like I'm the type of artist that if I want to make a drawing, I want it to have some meaning rather than just. I'm not the type to just draw a bunch of random characters. I'm the type of person that is like, I want to think of this OC, I want to think about their story, and then when I draw them, it's like, it's more fun for me. So, but some people do like drawing random characters, and that's totally fine.
Nawal, hello.
Hello. Okay. Oh, this is such a gorgeous dress.
Shanokai, hello.
Hey, Shanokai.
Oh, this is an existing character, so the eyes are already pre-designed.
Yes.
That's why I have a new Otome villainess story. It's fun.
Who said that?
Who do you think?
Dahlia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember because her OC's or it was like an Otome game. It was like the multiple suitors.
Pre-picked eye color. Yeah. That was a weird way to say it.
Pre-picked eye color.
And they already have an eye color. It's an existing
blue.
character.
Yeah.
It's blue, but there's like other colors as well.
What? Oh.
See? Oh, there's a little heart.
That's cute. I want to try to get that in there.
Yeah.
Colton sounds bored now.
Reminds me of Oran High School Club.
Oh, really?
You know, when I was in high school, some people I met online tried to get me to watch it. I didn't.
I heard it's good.
But I did hear it was good.
I wouldn't mind watching it. I heard it's like one of the top 10 romances, but it's like really good. I'm still trying to get him to watch Gekkan Shoujo.
That's fun. Gonna make an OC whose eye color changes every time she blinks.
Oh my.
That's cool.
That is kind of cool though. What's the reason? Just cuz? That's kind of cool though. I like it. I like
The reason is why not?
Why not?
Let's go. Would it change colors randomly, or would it cycle through the spectrum?
Yeah.
Very humorous rom-com.
Very humorous rom-com. I do like rom-coms. Rom-coms are really fun.
It's very popular.
I heard it.
I hear about it.
I know, like constantly. I mean, our viewers talk about it all the time. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with like just a violet for the shadows.
We got to get up early tomorrow.
We do. Okay, I'm gonna use this for the shadows. Yeah.
Which tomorrow, big secret stuff going on.
Alright, that's good. Now it's time to add some stripes. Should I add stripes to this? I think stripes would be really cute. Maybe I'll add it on one section. Oh, that's heckin' cute. Okay, I'm just gonna do one section with the stripes. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. I like that. I like a little bit of pattern. Now it's time to go all in with the hair. You know what's weird? This feels very warm, but when you actually put the color down, it's very dark. It literally looks like this. It's weird.
Bro, I want to eat these like little crunchy candies.
I know.
Eating my wife's watercolors. I like this song, I'm not gonna lie.
This song is good. You chose that one, right?
Yes.
Of course.
I started drawing an OC every day since the beginning of this year. That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. You're gonna come up with like what, 365 OCs?
Is it cheating to make a stamp of my character's hair to save on time? No,
No?
not at all.
Honestly, that is really smart.
Yep.
But I like drawing hair, so I don't do it.
Yeah. I guess it depends on the intention, right? Like, do you draw because you like drawing, or do you draw because you want the result?
Yeah.
Making a stamp would
Be
probably be more
result-focused.
geared towards result. Yeah. And drawing for the sake of drawing would be more process focused, so it's just kind of something to keep in mind. But no, not cheating at all. You can do what you want.
Yeah, especially if it's your drawing. Like, I don't care what you do.
A lot of professional art is result focused, so people focus on saving time. But funny enough, drawing more in the long run saves time because you get faster.
Yeah.
So a lot of pros...
And you also get better.
Yeah, a lot of pros will spend a lot of time practicing.
Yes, that's a color that I want.
Christina drawing with edible markers on rice paper, and Colton eats it at the end of stream.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
That
I want to.
that is
I want
actually
to eat your
genius.
art, and then it's like.
Yep, literally. Oh my gosh, that's actually genius.
So good and tasty.
I don't think it'll taste like anything though.
So good and tasty.
I was literally.
Hey, I think they're non-toxic. I hope so, because I've already eaten 3.
You've already eaten 3.
Yep.
Are you okay?
My poop's gonna be blue.
Oh, that's funny.
My poop's gonna be poop.
What do you do with all the single paper drawings like this? They get mailed to the person whose character they are.
School. Yep.
We ship them off.
But good question. I love purple and white. Purple and white's such a good combination.
Is it commission? Not really. It's a bonus for purchasing our school, so it's not really commissioned. What pen did you use to outline?
I used a Fude nib. Faber-Castell Fude nib hard. I don't know if y'all can read that. Fude no-ski nib.
Yeah, like we're running a promotion right now where if you buy our anime art school, you get one of these made of your character, you get both of our books signed, and it all gets mailed to you. Mm-hmm. And that ends Friday.
That ends this Friday.
That ends this Friday at the end of the 12-hour stream. We'll probably like bring it back periodically in different cases, but it ends this Friday. There might be like variations of it. We'll test some other stuff, but we won't bring it back for a little bit. We're also thinking about running some more live classes. Shorter, 6-week classes. Maybe a couple of them. What is your favorite thing to teach people? Respect. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. What's your favorite thing to teach people?
How to draw hair.
How to draw hair?
Yeah, because I get to play with a bunch of hairstyles, and it's fun to draw.
Yeah. My favorite thing to teach people is more higher level concepts in design.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. You are all about higher level concepts.
Composition, more of like the higher level concepts in art I really enjoy teaching.
I like teaching low IQ stuff. I'm kidding.
You like teaching flowy stuff.
I like teaching things that are easy.
I like teaching thinking stuff.
Well, easy for me, but...
We'll take more live classes. I can tell you right now, it's probably going to be an anatomy class, an anatomy and figure drawing class, a character design class, and a perspective and backgrounds class.
Shorter ones.
Shorter classes, probably 6 weeks. 5 or 6 weeks? Probably 6 weeks.
Probably 6.
We'll try 6 of these. 10-week classes are pretty long.
They are pretty long.
They're a really big commitment for people. How much do you think they'll cost? I'm not sure exactly. Probably, we want people, if they really want to be able to get multiple.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be as
Super.
expensive as the, they're not going to be as expensive as the 10-week one.
Yeah. 10-week is almost a term in art college. At least for me. For Art Center.
Yeah. Week is a long class. But another thing is we're trying to cover so much in our current class that we don't really have anything to a bundle price is good. You know, the funny thing is the website that we're using to host our classes is just adding a cart feature. So you can like add multiple things to a cart. So I'm thinking I think a bundle feature. That's actually a really good idea.
Who said that?
Dahlia.
Wow, Dahlia. Bundle feature, yes.
Y'all might have just saved yourself some money. That's a good idea. It encourages people to get multiple classes, and it encourages higher signups.
Okay. Now it's time for the eyes. Should I do this in acrylic? No, I think I'll do... Yeah, I think I will do this in acrylic.
Oh, Dahlia, we met a lady recently who did cons for 20 years. And she told us that if we want to do cons and stuff, to contact her, and she could give us advice and stuff like that. I'm really excited. We want to do cons, like, for real.
Yes. Okay, I need to put some of these acrylic markers away. I need to get this watercolor pencil. Not watercolor pencil. That's not it.
At Fan Fusion. Yeah, it's Fan Fusion, right?
Yeah, it's Van Fusion.
That was the one that she was saying we should do.
There we go.
You know what would be sick? If we get into the 3D printing stuff, we could do a bunch of 3D printed stuff for cons too.
That'd be so cool.
Like Nendroid type thingums.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly. Boom, 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 boom.
We'll do that for now. And we'll glide that down.
Is this watercolor or a type of marker?
Kind of both.
It's all of the above. So it's watercolor, acrylic marker, and watercolor marker.
What I was currently using just now is a watercolor marker, and now I'm using water to drag the color down.
3D Miki when? Soon.
Bro.
I don't have a... We don't have the resources right now to do 3D Mikis. I'd be willing to help out cons if you need an assistant as well. Oh yeah, for sure. If we start doing cons, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that. I'd love to bring you in on that. Do you do this every day? Nope. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But we might actually... We actually haven't told anybody this yet. We might start doing extra days of the week sometimes.
Yes.
In the future. Maybe starting sometime next month. So we might actually add a 4th day. Or even some weeks a 5th day. I'll cosplay Miko. That would be awesome.
Yes.
That would be so cute. A little bonus 3D Miki for future promos. Yeah, that would be so awesome. Like, we do, like, anime art school or live class sign-ups at a con. And, like, if you sign up or get the anime art school, it's like you get our books and maybe, like, a little figurine of Miki or something.
Cute. Miki and Miko.
Thinks this will help us. I'm a 2D animation student. Awesome!
Nice.
I had a lot of 2D animation student classmates at Art Center. Very fun people. Always doing expressive acting.
Yes. Now the hard part is trying to wait for all this to dry.
Mm-hmm. Hey, question. Where do I find the art challenges for the week? In the Discord server, you have to go to the Self Roles channel, kind of towards the top, and react to that art challenger post with the checkered flag. And that will unlock the challenges. So you still have time to do the challenges before the end of the month and the end of the week. And then that'll unlock those channels, and if you scroll down, you should see those new channels open up, and you can find the challenges in announcements and the rules and everything. How do you get the Discord? You can just direct message us. DM us, ask for the invite, and I'll send it to you.
While I'm waiting for that to...
Oh, I kind of like that bundle idea.
I feel like that will give us a lot of ideas. This is not dandruff. Kidding. This is just little pearls. Speps.
Spettles?
Spettles.
That's
I've seen
so
this
cute.
on a lot of shoujo manga back in the day.
Yeah, just send us a DM. There you go.
I don't know why they add this. I guess it's just to add some extra flair.
Yep, and don't forget to go to the verified channel in the Discord server and react with that check mark. Bubble, bubble, bubble.
Okay, FM. Okay, we're at the final stages, it seems. I'm just waiting for this whole thing to dry.
Love the eyes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not thanking you. Thank you on her behalf.
Yes. Just adding some bolder lines.
Boom, boom. I'm cooking on one of this week's challenges.
Ooh,
Yes, excellent. Very nice.
Yay, this finally dried.
The outline really pulls it together. Oh yeah.
It really does. It's that holding line.
Boom,
It like
boom,
pop
boom.
makes things pop out just a little bit more.
It's the big juicy reward at the end.
Yeah.
This is looking great. I really love your book. Awesome.
Oh, thank you. I still gotta do a watercolor of that girl.
What girl?
The 15-year-old girl that slept with her.
Oh
books.
yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Oh, that girl. The way Christina said it was kind of funny though.
Hmm.
The girl who slept with our book. Night, my phone is about to die. All right, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you Friday. And you will be here Friday.
Should we tell the story?
I don't care. Sure.
So there's a I don't know where to start. You start.
There's a my dad's mom is in a nursing home, and there's a girl there, and she like lives there. She's like high school age, and my parents brought her a copy of each of our books, and she loves anime and she loves it. She has like K-pop stars, like idols and stuff all over her walls and stuff, and she loves our books so much, so much that she literally sleeps with the books in her bed, and they're shredded. They're completely torn apart, and so she just loves them to death. And so we sent a couple new signed books with my mom to give her replacements, and we're gonna do a watercolor of that girl sometime and give it to her. And my parents said she'd absolutely love it. Yeah, it's so sweet. She literally loves the book so much. It's like
She's like, I gotta bring two.
Yeah.
Two, right? Oh look,
She
I
just
just got
loves
a little
them.
heart me on my head.
Oh really?
Does she have any OCs? I don't think so. I don't think she draws. She colors stuff
Yeah.
in. So like you'll look at the pages and they're all like scribbled in and stuff. But it just
Yeah.
shows that she enjoys it so
Like,
much. So I don't care what she does.
Our art books, yeah, she's like colored in them and scribbled in them and everything.
I don't
She
think
just
she has
loves
an
them to
OC,
death. I don't think she talks.
I don't think she does.
I don't really think she talks.
Okay.
But she has gotten more use and happiness and enjoyment out of our books than probably anybody else who's ever gotten them.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we wanted to do something special for her sometime.
Okay.
Looking nice.
Yeah. Let me think.
Yeah, it's so sweet. We're like literally tearing up when my
I
mom was
know.
telling us. It's so sweet. Smudges.
That just made it worse.
It did, didn't it? You just emphasized it. I'm kidding. What was that even?
It's like a paint smudge.
Oh,
You
rip.
know what? I have a white color.
But are you gonna add any color behind her?
I don't know if I
Because
will.
if you do, that area is cooked because you
Oh yeah, that's
scribbled on
right.
it. So maybe no color behind her.
No color behind her, I don't think. But it does look nice. It would be nice with a pop of yellow. What do
You
you
didn't
think?
add any color behind Ray. What the?
Because I didn't know what color to add.
I feel like it could be like flames, like hell. Like it's
Funny.
like the orange
Steam.
stink.
Oh,
Stink.
why you have to call
Aura.
it stink?
It's
Aura.
aura.
It's aura. It's aura.
Or purplish.
I'll give a little bit of yellow on the outside. Like that.
That's cute. I want to eat Ray's picture. Itadakimasu. Stop. Stop. What about whenever I do the mua?
Oh yeah. Stop.
Mua. Stop. Stop. My sketches are really messy. Any tips on how to work on that? Just keep drawing.
It's cute.
Just keep drawing.
There we go. Yippee. Fixed it.
Hi.
Fixed it. Yippee. Alright, now it's time to reorganize.
Clean up, everybody clean up.
Really, do your share?
Everybody do your share.
Okay. That is in the correct place. I might want to add a little bit of extra blue. That's more like it. Alright. There we go. There we go. Okay. Gotta close this before I spill it. And I think that this is done.
Beautiful.
Eh,
Whimsy Wander says, I love how it looks. Beautiful artwork.
Thank you. Thank you for showing the beautiful OC.
Yuppie.
I felt so honored drawing her.
And you know what the amazing thing is? As soon as we wrap up tonight, I get to look forward to
Cut it.
pork belly and curry. I'm gonna bruh.
Mm-hmm.
This is so cute. I love it.
Oh, sprinkles.
She's adorable.
I know. She's so cute. She looks so good.
So
What the
precious.
heck? You know,
Love it.
I would add a bit more brown, but I think this is enough.
Gorgeous.
Can't make it go on any longer.
Cutting.
cut it.
What is it?
It came out by accident.
Oops.
Oops.
Okay. Chitose, right?
Let's double check.
Every time I see girls with really long nails, they go like this.
Here. Look. Just look at it. Boom. Is that crazy?
Yes.
Technology is insane. Has science gone too far?
Chitose. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Ooh.
Make it fancy and pretty.
Moo. Moo. You found your moo. Moo. Moo.
So silly.
Hey, you like that pen? Oh, I thought you were using a different pen for a sec.
Oh.
Wee. Moo.
I only stacked the chairs in pre-K because I thought that they were saying everybody do your chair.
Everybody do your chair.
Honestly,
Not this again.
do your chair. Honestly,
Hello,
that makes
nice.
sense.
The stream is still going. Ooh.
Yeah, it's about to end soon though.
Bruh. Look at
I
listen
love
to
this.
this.
I
Listen to this.
want. What was that? What was
What are you
that?
talking about? It's my ear.
Your ear popped?
Yeah.
You mean like that? Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you like cracked it or something.
Can you guys do this?
I can't do it.
You can't do that?
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, expected around after 4 hours. Yeah, I can do that. Huh? Oh, you can do that. I can do the drip. Nice. Wow.
The drip.
My teacher taught me. It's just doing this and then a whistle. Can you whistle like this? Are you blowing out?
I can kind of get it, but not really. All right.
Adding cheese to my curry.
Ooh,
Yummy.
yummy. Actually, got it.
I whistled a lot growing up. I whistle all the time. I even whistle when I'm like sad or depressed.
Oh, I know. Sometimes you'll be depressed and
I'll
you'll
be like moping around, yeah.
and suddenly you'll start whistling. I'm like, oh, is he happy now?
I'll be like
is he
super
happy?
depressed and I'll be like,
It's very deceiving. I'll be like, is he happy or is he not?
oh man, I'm so depressed. I don't know, I just whistle. Whistling a lot of the time doesn't even have that much to do with my mood.
We actually have to cut a little bit of this paper off, though, Colton,
Yup.
because it's got to fit.
Yup. Such a happy tune.
It's a Chocobo song.
Chocobo. Who recognizes that song? Anybody?
Chocobo.
You have a tutorial for hair physics when someone is looking up IDK, if that makes sense. It's kind of similar.
It's just like this. It's just this. You just show a little bit more of the roundness around the face, and that's it. Like, hair is so chaotic that it doesn't work with traditional perspective. You just got to show a lot of overlaps. I would say the most important part is showing how the hair like comes out of the roots of the hair, like when the character's looking up, and how it like wraps around the face, if applicable. But everything else just looks the same like this.
Yeah, the only difference is really going to be the bangs for the most part.
Yeah.
And you're not going to see that top of the head.
No.
The bangs are going to overlap the middle and back hair. Mm-hmm. Chocobo, Final Fantasy mentioned, yes. I'm a Final Fantasy nerd, so I know the song, yeah. I never really played Final Fantasy growing up.
I saw the automaton version, right?
The first Final Fantasy that I really played was actually just 13, which wasn't even really that great of one, but I liked it.
Automaton. I saw this video.
Don't get us copyrighted.
Oops. I can't zoom out.
Oh, that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
the
Chocobo version of that, and I'm just it's cute.
I love Final Fantasy. Still here in the live. Yippee!
Yippee!
Watching. Don't know what that is. Teapot 16? No idea. Final Fantasy 14 online? Nice.
It does look good on the horizontal. Bro, if this was a Rosemary, I'd be like...
7, 8, 9, 10, 12. All banger games. Awesome. I hate to say, but I really don't game at all.
I don't either. The only things that I do play are like farming games.
The 2-week Minecraft phase. This is still on volume.
Oh, it is. I'm excited for the new Rune Factory game if it's still coming out.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Christina
I love Rune Factory.
Yeah, we also went through the Animal Crossing
phase.
game.
Yep.
Animal Crossing stream when?
What am I even gonna do?
Literally never. No, I'm kidding. We used to play Animal Crossing on stream a little bit back when we very first started.
Yeah. That was a pretty decent sized stream today. What are some projects you worked on, like designing games and shows?
Huh?
What games have you worked on?
What games have I worked
Projects.
on? Projects? Mostly just games and theme parks. I started off doing a bunch of theme parks stuff, mostly like Chinese theme parks, but my first, I worked on some mobile games to start. My first AAA game was a game called Outriders by a studio called People Can Fly, I think. I worked on Call of Duty Black Ops 4 as a character skin designer for a little bit. I worked on... There's so many, because I was a freelancer, you're always working on different jobs. This was like so long ago too. Guild Wars, weapon design, I worked on Bakugan cards, I did some Oculus projects. I almost worked on Borderlands 3, but I was on another project at the time, so they didn't put me on it. Let me think. Ender Lilies. Well, I worked on the second game in the Ender Lilies series. I worked on PUBG, a PUBG map. I did concept art for that. I almost worked on Dead by Daylight, but my brother, who's also a concept artist, he ends up being the one that worked on that, because that was around the time that I was transitioning into doing Anime Academy. Let me think. Anthem. I worked on Anthem for a really long time. For almost a year. That was EA's, like, next Mass Effect. Totally flopped, but it was fun to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked on Anthem for a really long time. I got hired as a prop artist, but then they ran out of props and they were just doing, like, suits, mech suits. They called them bit packs. Yeah, Anthem. I worked on that game for a while. If I kept thinking, I could think of others, but that's all I can think of right now.
Anthem. Oh, you love that game. Well, that's
Awesome.
good.
That's great. Yeah, their art book's really good too. It's worth picking up if you liked that game, because it's totally dead now. I don't think it's ever coming back. It could have been huge.
Yeah.
What else?
Bakugan.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
Nothing really. I got a job offer at Nickelodeon, but I never took it.
Yeah.
I got offered to work on Dead Space, but I turned that down too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't been doing concept art for like 3 years or more than 3 years now. We've been working on our Anime Academy business.
Yep.
So I haven't worked on a lot recently at all. I did some promotional artwork for a Mattel theme park. All right, stuff. Maybe have a good one.
Bye.
See you Wednesday. All right. How about that? Look at this cutie patootie that was drawn. Absolutely awesome.
I was very satisfied. It gave me satisfaction, my Lolita satisfaction.
Very satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like literally just deafened my ear. Oh my gosh, we were in the Spencer's today, and not the mall Spencer's, but in the appliance store today, and I went to the bathroom, and I went to put the seat down, and it fell, and it hit.
Ow.
And it literally made me go deaf for 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh! So no wonder
so
why
loud.
you said you deafened your ears.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know when you accidentally drop the toilet seat down?
It hurts your ears.
And it hits, and it's so loud. I was literally stunned when I walked out of the bathroom. I was
Not the mall
what?
Spencer's.
No, the Spencer's the appliance store. Not the mall Spencer's, yeah. I had to specify. I don't know why.
I don't know, because there's two Spencer's.
I know someone in chat would go, Spencer's doesn't have a bathroom, you're a liar. But yes. Goodbye. All right, everybody. I need to go have some yummy curry and pork belly and brain rot on TikTok or something. So we will be live on Wednesday. And don't forget, Friday 12-hour stream. And we're still running the Anime Art School promotion this week. So if you want to see your character drawn just like this, probably actually on the 12-hour stream as well, get Anime Art School and you'll get our books and something like this, and we'll gush over your character the whole time. Mm-hmm. And it's all free as a free bonus for the school. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. Message us, DM us, say, hey, I'm interested in the school. I want to hear more about this. Am I allowed to post what I drew while watching this? Yeah, in the Art Share channels. Actually, I think Miley usually posts hers in Study Share. If you if you drew along with Christina and I, Study Share. Otherwise, just like any of the Art Share channels is totally fine.
Oh yeah.
See you Wednesday, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget, still time to get your weekly and monthly challenges in. They're going to be all reviewed on
And finish your
Friday.
artwork for Secret Admirers.
Yep, or else you're literally going to get your T clocked. If you do not finish Secret Admirers art and you're in it,
you're going to ruin someone's Valentine. You're going to be a heartbreaker.
Yeah, you're going to be personally responsible for ruining someone's life. All right. Anyways, have a good one, everybody. Thank you, and we will see you Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go. And YouTube, we'll catch you later as well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.